Well, Tim, the two newcomers this season here, Antoine Parent, Jesse Hudson didn't waste time. They're topping the board right now. Antoine Parent with a 14.216 and Jesse Hudson with a 14.292. The top two times right now in practice session number 1, practice session number 2 on the Speedway.
You are correct. Antoine Parent tops the board 14.216. Shane Pecor, winner at Mohawk on Friday night, is on track behind Bob Ray and the 84 of John Mills, and again at Aquay. Behind those three, it's Devin Willis, the 21, 77 of Ryan Stabler. Jonathan Ferguson back with us, plans to be here every week in the 44, 66, that is Travis Bruno, along with the 28 of Kurt Kaye. Session number 2 for the Sportsman, Green. Ryan Stabler fastest there, 14.158, followed by Jonathan Ferguson, 14.172, and last week's winner Shane Pecor, 14.188. Group 3 on track.
Group number 3 on the Speedway, the 33 of Travis Bruno, a regular at Airborne Speedway, 14K of Cal Podvin, rookie this season, the 4 of Jason Shipclark, the 94 of Gabriel C, 35 Thomas Cook, M70 of Billy Cook, and the 1 of Justin Lalancette. As we said, 31 cars registered tonight in the Sportsman. Pretty good field of cars for a regular night. Lalancette seemed to have a pretty stout ride tonight. The only driver under the 14-second barrier, 13.98. Thomas Cook had the second quickest time with a 14.12.
And as you mentioned, he is the only driver in the 13-second bracket as the final group rolling trackside with Zach Arquette in the 14, the 9 of Christian Smoke. Lonnie Rivers in the number 7, regular at Plattsburgh, a winner at Plattsburgh this year. 08 of Chris Ferguson, Jeffrey LaPalme in the 88, 3 of Adam Rozon, 15 to Brian Lannister, and Scott McGill in the 04. Final group of Sportsmen under green. Adam Rhodes on fastest of that group, 14.099, but overall quick time is Justin Lalonde at a 13.981. As the Loud and Dirty 358 Modifieds ready to roll trackside for their first hot lap session.
Yes, exactly. So we have the pair 17 on the front row, the 17 of Tristan Draper, the 17 of Marc Terrien. We have the 99 of Michael Labrèche, 38 of Luke Whitaker, 151 of Brian McDonald, and the 87 of David Hébert. Hébert in the 87 again tonight. The coffrage Stéphane Lévesque ride. We'll go green on the 17 of Draper. Luke Whitaker had the quickest time with a 13.156 for Luke Whitaker. Group number 2 on the Speedway.
Group 2 leading the way out. Corey Wheeler's 47. Kevin Demel in the 13. There's Joey Ladisser in the number 23. Martin Hébert in car number 43. Lee Ladisser, the general, in car number 88. And last week's winner, first time in about over 10 years since he'd won a race here, the Shark Man out of Drummondville, Quebec, the Autodrome Drummond number 21, that's Jan Bussier. Second group for the Loud and Dirty 358 Modifieds on track and ready to go green. Luke Whitaker fastest on the board, 13.156. Followed by Marc Terrien, David Hébert, Tristan Draper, and Michael Labrèche as your top 5. Green lights are on. Session number 2 for the Modifieds is green. We have our first driver into the 12-second bracket, and his name is Corey Wheeler, Fatless Chip Stand 47, 12.998. That's moving around here. There's debris over there in between turns 1 and 2, but we got that taken care of quickly. Group 3, ready to roll trackside now.
Track is pretty fast so far tonight, as we have the final group of modifieds for practice. The 01 of Chris Raby, as Tim mentioned, won his third Memorial Cup at Mohawk on Friday. Driving the 24 tonight, Mario Claire. Mario will be switching cars again this season. He'll sport the 24 of the Daou family on regular evenings. And when we have specials, you'll probably see him in his 22C car. 90 of Danny Gagné, 18 Junior Louis Jackson, and the 96 of JF Corriveau. Had a great run last week, finishing second to Bussière, and our defending track champion joined the group as well, the 66 of Carrie Terrence. Looking at the board here, GF Corriveau was the quickest with a 13:62. 13:62 for GF Corriveau in the third group. So this wraps up our practice sessions for the evening. We'll be ready to start our qualifying rounds. On tap we'll have the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell mini stocks with 2 eats. Then the Lightning Sprints, Alexandre Almordor Pro Stocks, Loud and Dirty Modifieds, and the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman will be next. Even if we have 31 cars on hand, we won't have any B mains tonight. Promoter Raymond Laverne decided to start them all, so we could have a potential of 31 cars in the feature. So pretty good field.
I would have to say so for sure, and quality cars like we get every week here. 50/50 tickets are also on sale too. If you haven't got one of those, 50/50 vendors are wandering through the grandstands. They're up by the main gates. They're also, if you're looking for every color, they have them at the information booth there as well, where they have copies of tonight's schedule that we just kind of read off for you there. So if you have not, if you want to figure out what race is where so you don't miss it, there is a schedule up there, and also don't forget to grab yourself a copy or several copies of the 2019 Cornwall Speedway schedule as well.
Yeah, and speaking of the 50/50, also tonight 2 prizes. Yes, the money as the top prize, and also as we've mentioned last week, we have a new sponsorship with Artists in Residence from Gatineau offering is their products. So they it's a distillery, so they offer products. Tonight we'll give out as a second prize a bottle of Killinger Rye. So a 26 ounce of Killinger Rye, market price of around $40 as a second prize for the 50/50. So each night this season for the 50/50 we'll have a different product from Artists in Distillery, along with the money up for grabs as well. Last week we had $750 to give, so pretty sure tonight should be in the same range of price as well.
Absolutely. Mini stocks ready to roll trackside already for heat race number 1 of 2 on the evening. JC Bouchard back with us for first appearance of the year in the number 30B. Mark Dagenet in another new ride this year. He was in the 66 last week. He's in the 30 here tonight. The one eye of Chris James, defending track champion in the Assist to Sell mini stocks, alongside of Tyler Lamarche, the 22 TJ, James Clark, the 2X, and Brandon McMillan in the 22B. 6 cars ready to do battle. 6 laps. All starts and restarts at the wired audio sign off of turns 3 and 4. Green lights are on, and away we go. As no change once again, Mark Dagenet jumps to the lead. Chris James thinks otherwise. Drops down to the low lane, picks up the top spot as we get set to click off lap number 1 of this 6-lap heat event in the Assist to Sell mini stocks. First of 2 on the day. Chris James, he missed last week, but he's back and ready to go. I made a mention at the banquet earlier this year in the off-season that he probably wasn't going to run the full season, but the racing bug kind of bit him early, and here he is leading this heat down to the line as they complete lap number 2 of 6. Dagenet second, followed by Bouchard in third. Clark completes the top 4. The 22 TJ of Tyler Lamarche completes the top 5, and the 22B of Brandon McMillan just getting used to things out there in the back of the field. Halfway home, Chris James, half a straightaway advantage. Mark Dagenet trying to run him down here. Dagenet had his way with the field last week in the lone qualifying heat we had for the Assist to Sell mini stocks, but right now he's in a battle with Chris James as they come down to the line. 2 laps left to go in this opening heat event. Chris James looking really strong. The 30 of Dagenet trying to chase him down as they head into 1 and 2. 30B of Bouchard back to third. And it's Lamarche into fourth. Clark and the 22B of McMillan completing it. Like Dagenet's kicked it up a notch. He's starting to reel in the leader. A little bit of smoke showing out of the back of the one-eye machine as we head to the white flag lap. One more trip around, and Dagenet is definitely closing the gap into 1 and 2 this time. He's narrowed the gap to 3 car lengths as they hustle down the back straightaway. Checkered flag set to wave this time by, and Chris James will bring it down off of corner number 4 to the checkered flag. First appearance of the year, first heat win of the season for Chris James. The 30 of Dagenet will come home in second. The 30B of J.C. Bouchard will cross in position number 3, followed by LaMarche, Clark, and McMillan in that order. So that brings it to the attention of our track photographers down track side. How about a round of applause for the one-eye of Chris James? So heat race number 1 is in the books here tonight. Heat race number 2 is ready to roll trackside. I'd like to thank the good folks at the Cooperators for being on hand with us tonight for our title sponsor this evening.
Yes.
Been around the Speedway for a few years now. Glad to have them here once again, 2019.
Yes, we need to mention all our nightly sponsors as they're a good part of our business here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And again, like Tim was mentioning, a big welcome to the Corporators tonight here as the nightly sponsor. Second heat in the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Mini Stock Division, deuxième qualification en Mini Stock Assist to Sell. Numéro 27, number 27 of Thomas McDonald will start first. Besides him, we'll have the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau. 17 of Yannick Potvin, the 3 of Mike Gaucher, and the 22J of Justin Jaudoin. The 23 of Sean Duval was scheduled to start second, but as you've seen, he hit the wall hard during a practice, so probably some repairs to do on the car. Over green is out. Dès le départ, la voiture 49 d'Alexis Charbonneau prend les commandes sur Mike Gaucher, Yannick Potvin en troisième, Justin Jaudoin et McDonald ferme la marche. Il viendra compléter le premier tour. First lap in. 3 really strong cars up front, even 4 strong cars in front with Jaudoin in the mix as well, but Charbonneau still leads the way over Gaucher. Side-by-side racing right now for third position between Justin Jaudoin and the 17 of Potvin. Charbonneau leads the way. Charbonneau, le meneur, mais Gaucher s'attaque à lui de l'extérieur. On roule côte à côte dans le tournant numéro 1. 2 tours de compléter, 4 à faire. Potvin vient joindre le groupe. Pratiquement 2 de large tout au long de ce tour entre Charbonneau et puis Gaucher. On croise le drapeau ici. On s'attaque ici. Belle manœuvre de Yannick Potvin, vient prendre les commandes. Great move by Yannick Potvin, takes the lead. Halfway point in the second heat. Potvin, one of the favorites to win the championship here. Showed his colors right off the bat. Right now, side by side for second, veteran driver Mike Gaucher, returning to action tonight. Currently second. Alexis Charbonneau, Justin Jaudoin, and Thomas McDonald, your top 5. White flag is out, le blanc est donné. Domination pour Yannick Potvin. Mike Gaucher, deuxième. Alexis Charbonneau et puis Justin Jaudoin se battent pour la troisième position. Jaudoin vient chercher celle-ci sur Charbonneau. On viendra chercher le quadrillé. Checker flag is out. The 17 of Yannick Potvin. Mike Gaucher deuxième. Justin Jaudoin. Alexis Charbonneau et puis Thomas McDonald complète le top 5. Yannick Potvin, runner-up position last week over with Nicolas Lamarche. We'll want to visit check the winner circle tonight. So good round of applause for the 17 of Yannick Potvin, your heat number 2 winner in the mini-stock division.
Well, the Lightning Sprints ready to roll trackside for their first of 2 heats on deck tonight. with the cooperators on hand. Second race of the 2019 season, and the first in the 417 bus line series, first of 5 races. Going to be led by Jeffrey Ware in the 66 alongside of the 32. That is Guillaume Ouellette. 427 of Francis La Liberté alongside of him. That is the points leader, Tommy Morrow, in the 22. Extra row inside, I believe that is Jordan Poirier in the 28, defending series champion, with Terry Lannister in the 74. 96 of Xavier Lauzon, along with the 16 of two-time series champion Eric Sundborg. The 3 of Pascal Levesque, and Skylar Lannister will complete it. Ready to go green at the wired audio fire zone off of turn number 4, and we're green. And Ouellette wastes no time heading to the front of the field. Tommy Morrow right there to challenge down the back chute, and that car is quick as he heads into 3 and 4. First trip around in this 8-lap contest. It is Ouellette in front. Here comes Tommy Morrow looking to the high lane. Can't quite get it done. Terry Lannister looks strong, the 74. 16 of Eric Sundborg right there to challenge from spot number 4 as the 66 of Jeffrey Ware completes the top 5. Down to the line this time. Sundborg goes to second. Tommy Morrow looks for running room on the bottom. Side-by-side battle for the lead off of turn number 2. It's Morrow against Ouellette down into turn number 3. Side-by-side again. Good battle for the top spot as they come down to the line. Morrow will get the advantage into turn number 1. 3 laps down, 5 more to go as Ouellette bounces through a bump in turns 1 and 2 that opens the door for Sundborg to close in into 3 and 4. Top 3 breakaway at the front of the field. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Tommy Morrow looking really good out there. Shows you why his win at Jerome Drummond was no fluke as he pulls away from Guillaume Ouellette. Eric Sundborg, the top 3, followed by Jordan Poirier and the 74 of Terry Lannister in that order. And it's the 66 of Ware, the 427 of La Liberté, the 3 of Pascal Levesque, and the 96 of Lauzon in that order. 2 to go for Tommy Morrow. Guillaume Ouellette, Eric Sundborg still the top 3. No change really amongst the top 4 drivers. And Ouellette takes it out of the ballpark in turn number 2, brings it back on, but he loses 2 spots. That'll bring Sundborg to second and Poirier to the top 3. White flag in the air this time by as Tommy Morrow has had his way with the field here in this opening qualifying heat. He's down into turns 3 and 4, and a great performance for Tommy Morrow. He picks up the win in heat race number 1. Sundborg will cross in second. Jordan Poirier will pick up third, followed by Ouellette and Terry Lannister in the top 5 order. Jeffrey Ware, Pascal Levesque, Francis La Liberté, and Xavier Lauzon in that order. Great opening heat race there, and there's the man who won at Drummond 1 week ago to become the point leader, and he wins the first heat race of this 417 bus line series. How about a big hand for the 22 of Tommy Morrow? His clan is down there cheering him on. Heat race number 2 set to go.
Just got us some piece of information. That's a brand new car, a 2019 Inchcraft, brand new machine. So they won that championship seriously this year. So great start so far for him.
Good deal.
Won at Drummondville and the heat winner here tonight.
Undefeated technically so far. Well, we'll see what happens in heat race number 2. Another loaded heat race, that's for sure.
Yes, exactly. We have the front row of the 19 with Mathieu Bardier, the 740 of Benjamin Malo will be number 1 and 2. 21 driven by Yves Girard, the 29 of Stéphane Saint-Laurent, 28P of Yannick Poirier, 4X of Raphaël Nederer, 78H of Sébastien Hébert, 17 Marc Elie, and the 42 of Amélie Lemire. Closes. We're going to green. On va au vert. Bardi leads the way. Excellent départ ici pour Bardi qui prend les commandes. Suivi de Girard et Saint-Laurent. Malo au 4e rang. Yannick Poirier 5e. Premier tour complété très rapidement ici par Mathieu Bardier. 13:00 le temps de référence présentement pour Bardier dans cette qualification. Extrêmement rapide. Ran a 13 flat the first lap for Mathieu Bardier. About the same speed as Corey Wheeler in the modifieds as we had that earlier on. Mathieu Bardier leads the way. Yves Girard, Stéphane Saint-Laurent, your top three. Yannick Poirier and Benjamin Malo, top 5 so far. Bardier passes Lemire, one of the lap cars. Lemire is one of the rookies this season in this division. Fifth lap is completed for Mathieu Bardier. Yves Girard still in second with Saint-Laurent. No changes right now in the top 5. Aucun changement dans le top 5. Bardier dominant jusqu'ici. 2 tours à faire. 2 laps to go. Dominant run for Mathieu Bardier. Yves Girard, Saint-Laurent, Poirier et Malo. Votre top 5. Aucun changement. White flag is out. Le blanc est donné pour Bardier. Will come and get the checker flag. Viendra sortir le quadrille le 19 de Mathieu Bardier. Suivi du 21, followed by 21 of Yves Girard, Stéphane Saint-Laurent in third, Yannick Poirier fourth, Benjamin Malo fifth, Raphaël Nederer, Hébert, Elie, and Lemire completes the field. And he joins the photograph here. A good round of applause for Mathieu Bardier. Une bonne main d'applaudissement pour Mathieu Bardier. Dominant run in the second heat here for the Lightning Sprints. They'll be back later on for their 25 lap feature.
And Mathieu Bardier, not the only time he's won a heat race here. He came here and was really his one and only appearance in a sportsman car and had some success in a qualifying heat. Picked up a win and had some good success in a feature as well. Can pretty much drive anything and everything. He was the 08 Rookie of the Year in this division. Even though he's just a young driver, he's been racing quite a long time here. So the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks on track and ready to go. Eric Jean-Louis on point in the number 9, the 41 of Michael Blais. Outside of row number 1, row 2, it's Stefan Lebrun, the 6, along with the 88 of C.D. Beauchamp, the 47. That is the Bulldog, Dave Bissonette. Set to go green off of turns 3 and 4. Green lights are on and away we go. Down off corner number 2, it's Eric Jean-Louis in command of the field as they bring it down into turns 3 and 4. And nicely grouped together up off of turn number 4 and down to the line for the first lap. Jean-Louis gets the lead. Lebrun and Blake come together down the front chute. No harm, no foul. Everybody stays straight down the back stretch. C.D. Beauchamp and Dave Bissonette looking to move up. Beauchamp takes the line away down into turn number 3 as the 47 of Bissonette gives him a little bit of a nudge off of turn number 4. Good battle for the lead at the front. It is still the 9 of Eric Jean-Louis in control. Michael Blais back there to second, not wanting to sit there for too much longer. He knows Stefan Lebrun is right there with him to challenge into turns 3 and 4. Once again, top 5 do get heat points towards the RSI Industrial Heat Championship, and right now all 5 drivers will get points. It's just a matter of where they're going to finish. Now we're getting a little physical out there. C.D. Beauchamp drives it to the bottom lane, looking to pick up position number 2, and the Bulldog right there with him to challenge. Eric Jean-Louis holding court at the front of the field, halfway home. 4 down, 4 more to go, and Stefan Lebrun looking to make it work on the high lane. Beauchamp, he's just trying to give Eric Jean-Louis a shot in the backside, says, hey, let's get going here. As Stefan Lebrun gets a little bit of a tap from Jean-Louis, and the domino effect starts as Stefan Lebrun picks up the lead. C.D. Beauchamp, he'll jump to second, and the Bulldog's hood goes up in front of him, thanks to a little tap by the 9 of Eric Jean-Louis, and Michael Blais just spins it around. Yellow lights are on. The Bulldog trying to get that hood to go back down, but to no avail. He's going to have to take it to pit road. 6 laps down, 2 more to go in this first of 2 8-lap heat events for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks. So be ready for green. Next time by, Stefan LeBrun is the race leader. Looking for green off turn number 4, and we got it. Back underway. Down at 1 and 2, LeBrun against C.D. Beauchamp. Michael Blay is back up to where he once was, battling for the lead, and here comes the Bulldog. They took that hood off that race car, and it's still just as fast. White flag in the air. Stefan LeBrun is just that much faster, though, as they head into 1 and 2. The Bulldog is all over Beauchamp for the 2 spot as they head down the back stretch. Final time into turn number 3 off of corner number 4. They go and back down to the line. It's going to be Stefan LeBrun with the win. Second will go to Beauchamp. Third to Bissonette. 41 to Blaine will come home fourth. And Eric Jean-Louis will round out your top 5. So that does it for heat number 1 in the Pro Stocks. So as he parks it down trackside, how about a big hand for the number 6 of Stefan LeBrun? Heat number 1 in the books. So once again, all drivers in the Pro Stocks tonight will receive those ever important RSI Industrial Heat points. 8 laps is the scheduled distance, says race control. And Mark Lalonde in car number 8, winner at Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway earlier this year. In car number 8 leads the way on out the LaMarche Electric ride. Beside him, out of Messina, New York, the 57K, that's Kevin Federley Jr. Row number 2, it's the 4 of Rock Oban, along with the 28 of Burton Ward. And completing it will be David Sege in car number 11A. 5 cars ready to do battle for 8 laps. Second and final heat in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks. RSI Industrial Heat Championship points on the line. Once again, Stefan LeBrun won it last year, his second consecutive title with 7 heat wins. But it's all about accumulating points throughout the season. Mark Lalonde trying to get the maximum of 5 points. Green in the air, and we're underway. Federley did some tweaking on that race car during the week. Got that car set just the way he likes it now, and it looks pretty solid into third as Rock Oban and Mark Lalonde move away off of corner number 4 and down to the line. David Seguin trying to pull even with Federley into turn number 1, and he will do so as they race door to door into turn number 2 and down the back chute. Rock Oban trying to use a portion of the infield there to try to get by the 8 of Lalonde, but that didn't quite work as Lalonde drives it away off the corner. It's a 2-car breakaway at the front of the field right now, with the 57 of Federley able to hold off the 11 of David Seguin for position number 3. Burton Ward completes the top 5 as we headed to 3 and 4 and down to the stripe. Mark Lalonde, Rock Oban 1 and 2 right now. Both drivers picked up wins last season here at Cornwall, and of course Mark Lalonde with a win already this year at Plattsburgh as they headed to 3 and 4. Down to the line this time by 4 down, 4 more to go in the second and final heat in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks is Mark Lalonde with the advantage. Rock Oban looks like he's got a little bit quicker race car as a piece of debris comes off of his machine down the back chute. Burton Ward catches it. Looks like a piece of plastic material of some sort. We've seen a lot of that come off these race cars today. It is right in the racing groove there. We'll see if these drivers hit it, and they do, so it doesn't look like it's anything major to worry about. Coming down off of turn number 4. We have 2 laps left to go. 2 more remain, and the 8 of Mark Lalonde in command. The 4 of Oban right there with him in second. Down the back stretch, about a half straightaway behind is Federley in third, followed by Sege and the 28 of Burton Ward. White flag in the air this time by Mark Lalone, starting to open up a little bit of a lead over at Rock Oban as they headed to 1 and 2. Oban trying to reel him in down the back chute. 2-car length advantage for Mark Lalone as they head down the back stretch. Checkered in the air, and that is how they're going to finish. Mark Lalone will get the win. Second spot will go to Oban. Federle will cross in third, followed by David Seguin and Burton Ward. So that will do it for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks. Loud and Dirty 358 Modifieds ready to roll trackside for their first of 3 heats here tonight.
So what did I miss, Tim?
Oh, you missed some slamming and banging, little authoritative advice over the one-way radio. They settled down after that, though, once Joel got on there and told them how to, settle it down. And they did. Mark Lalone settles into victory lane. How about a round of applause for the number 8 of Mark Lalone? Well, apparently he didn't like that checkered flag. I don't know. He threw it at Sylvana. I don't know why he did that.
I know.
That's not like the teacher.
No.
No, great racing in the Pro Stocks. And, Dave Bissonnette lost his hood.
Yeah, I saw that.
Michael Blaze spun in turn 2. Other than that, it was pretty calm.
Claudette brought me the list of names. We'll do.
Yes.
That's why you see the checker flag table downstairs. We'll do the award ceremonies a little bit later on for our kart track. Tim and I will be down there distributing these trophies to the winners from 2018. Our season starts this Tuesday night. The kart track located in turn number 4. So we'll do that at intermission time. So right now, Loud and Dirty Modifieds on the Speedway. Yann Bussière, the pole sitter right now with 38 of Luke Whitaker, 87 David Hébert, 24 Mario Claire, 47 Wheeler, 01 of Chris Raby, and 99 of Miguel Lebrest joins the field. Luke Whitaker takes the lead over Yann Bussière. Miguel Lebrest joined the late, will be lapped quickly in this heat. Track is pretty heavy so far tonight, but right now it's all Luke Whitaker. Track un petit peu plus trempé ce soir. On roule côte à côte pour la deuxième position entre Yann Bussière et puis Corey Wheeler. Des ennuis pour Michael Labrèche qui apportera le drapeau jaune. Yellow flag is out for Michael Labrèche. So as we have a little bit of downtime, we have implemented a new qualifying procedures for this year. Last week's winner, Yann Bussière, starting on the pole. Each night, all drivers must draw when they come in. These will set the heat races. So Yann Bussière had drawn the lowest number, so that's why you saw him on the pole. After that, we will do an inversion draw depending on the amount of cars that we have. We do that for all our classes. So there's no more handicap system that we had in the last few years. It will be draws every night. The goal is to have more cars in every division on any night here at the Speedway. On retourne au vert. We're back to green. Luke Whitaker, still your race leader. Yann Bussière and Corey Wheeler, the top 3. Side-by-side racing between Corey Wheeler and Yann Bussière. But right now, it's all Luke Whitaker. Your race leader, Whitaker, toujours le meneur dans cette première de 3 qualifications modifiées. Whitaker has a good lead over Wheeler and Bussière. Raby and Claire closes the top 5 so far. Whitaker viendra chercher 2 tours à faire. 2 laps to go. Pour Luke Whitaker devant Wheeler, Bussière, Raddy et Mario Claire. Toujours très rapide, le jeune Luke Whitaker. Il a terminé 3e la semaine dernière. Finished 3rd last week in the first round of the Batless Hispanic Canadian Nationals. Checker flag is out. E38 of Luke Whitaker. Corey Wheeler finishes the 2nd. Chris Raddy in 3rd. Yann Bussière, Mario Claire, David Hébert, and Michael Labrèche rounds out the field. And your first of 3 heat winners in the modified Z38 of Luke Whitaker. You can see all the water in the infield. Tim, the track got hit hard yesterday by rain, and that's why the track is so heavy. It's still early in the spring, and there's a lot of moisture in the grounds, and it's unfortunate for the drivers, but makes for a fast track. But we'll have some work to do during intermission time for sure.
Yes, we will. Tough to come from the back for these drivers too, as the second of 3 heats rolls trackside. Joey Lannister, the 23 with the 66 of Kyle Dingwall, 151 to Brian McDonald, 18 Louis Jackson Jr., Danny Gagne in the 90, and last week's runner-up in car number 96, the Grinder is back. That is J.F. Cornwall. 10 laps is the distance. Green lights are on, and away we go. Joey Lannister jumps to the lead. Not so much. Yes, he does. Finally off the turn, as that part of the track is starting to get a little bumpy down there and is throwing the drivers off just a little bit. But right now, Joey Lannister's got the best look of anybody. He's in the lead. Once again, top 5 get points towards the Dworon Engineering Cup. And Lannister, whose father, Laurent Lannister, picked up 3 of these Dworon Engineering Cups. He would like to add his name to that list as they work it up off the turn, down off of corner number 2. 2 laps are down in this 10-lap contest, second of 3 for the Loud and Dirty 358 modified. It's Joey Lannister, Kyle Dingwall, Brian McDonald, Louis Jackson Jr., and the 96 of J.F. Corvo. Danny Gagne struggling with the handling on that car, holds on to spot number 6 as they headed to turns 3 and 4 and back down to the stripe. Joey Lannister well in command off the corner. Kyle Dingwall right there with him in second, about 2 car lengths back as he catches that bump one more time, allows McDonald to close in. Louis Jackson Jr. off of a top 5 finish at Mohawk on Friday night, brings it down off the corner. He's all over McDonald for the 3 spot. That's J.F. Corvo looking for running room on the bottom. And right there, that bump just about threw Brian McDonald into the back decklet of Kyle Dingwall. But right now, Joey Lannister's not having any problems with any bumps out there. He's leading the way. 6 laps down, 4 more to go. It's all Joey Lannister to this point. Kyle Dingwall, Brian McDonald, Louis Jackson Jr., and J.F. Corvo. That's your top 5 as the freight train starts to develop here in Cornwall. 3 laps down. 7 laps down, 3 to go. And oh, Jackson got some airtime over there into turn number 1, but they straighten it all out. Top 5 on track. Will get points towards the Dworon Cup. 2 to go for Joey Lannister. 66 of Dingwall getting some pressure now from the 151 of McDonald as they're trying to keep that inside lane. They know that's the fastest and smoothest way around this place, at least for now. White flag in the air for Lannister. Second up for grabs. Kyle Dingwall has it. McDonald trying to take it away. He sees the opportunity down on the bottom. Got the wheel alongside, but Dingwall pulls away into turn number 3, and that is how they're going to finish. Joey Lannister gets the win. Second will go to Dingwall, McDonald, Jackson, and Corvo in that order. So that will do it for heat race number 2 in the modifieds, as Joey Lannister picks up the win. First heat win of the season for Joey. As he brings it down into victory lane. How about a big hand for the 23 of Joey Lannister? Third and final heat, ready to roll trackside in just a few moments. And And ladies and gentlemen, look who I have discovered. Hi, Huey.
I found the place, Timmy.
You found the place.
Yeah, you moved the town.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just in a bad spot. Joel couldn't see, and we had to make some accommodations.
I tell you, he's got the bulls. He can get a town moved in a week.
Well, there's a lineup for you.
Hey, beautiful. Look at that.
If you'd like that, go right ahead.
Well, defending track. Second row, the General Lee Lattisair in the 88 goes to win the Jim's Performance Plus ride outside of row number 2. We got Mark Terrier in the 17 and Tristan Draper in the 17D goes away at the back of the field. We're looking for a nice clean start in the wired audio zone, and we are underway. Third and final heat here in the Loud and Dirty Modified Division. Kerry Tarrant, something goes wrong with that as he bobbles it going into turn 1. As you and Martin were mentioning, a little heavy track this week compared to last week, and whoever can get to the bottom of the track first and start that train going seems to be doing pretty well. Like Kevin Amell out of the train tracks, just a little bit bobbled, but Martin Hebert in the 43 hanging on to third, not able to make anything out of that. 2 laps in the books, 8 to go here in this third and final Loud and Dirty Modified Division heat. Kerry Terrence on cruise control now, starting to pull away. Goes a little high in 3. They're going to push that cushion back. Now Kerry Terrence, again, a nice big bobble into 1 and 2. Allows Kevin Amell to close the gap with the 13, but can't gain any more ground on Kerry Terrence. Kerry Terrence back into the lead. 4 laps in the book, 6 to go. And here comes Mark Terrier down on the track. He makes a move, picks up a spot from Martin Hebert. Hebert slides up the track, slips back 1 spot to 4th. Mark Terrier in the 17, rolls up 1 more. Now has himself into the top 3. Now he's going after Kevin Amell. Mark Terrier down on the bottom on a mission this evening. As Kerry Terrence brings it around by the flag stand this time. 6 laps in the books, 4 to go. Kerry Terrence with the 66 out in front. Kevin Amell in second with the 13. Mark Terrier all over the back bumper trying to find a way around. Nobody wants to come off that bottom groove. As Kerry Terrence starting to pull away again. Kevin Amell trying to hold off a hard charging Mark Terrier. Terrier in the 17 as they go by the flag stand this time. 2 laps to go. Third and final, Loud and Dirty Modified Division. Amell bobbles it again. Mark Terrier right there this time. He's going to get the nose down to the inside through 3 and 4. Finishes off the pass in the wired audio zone. White flag on the field for the 66X of Kerry Terrence. Now Terrence, as he brings it through 3 and 4, down past the flag stand this time. Checkered flag will be waving for Kerry Terrence. Defending track champion picks up maximum points through the heat. For all important Doiron Engineering Cup heat points. Mark Terrier in the 17 will finish second, and Kevin Amell will round out your top 3. And it's Martin Hebert, Lee Lattisair, and Tristan Draper in that order, rounding out the field. As defending track champion Kerry Terrence in the 66X brings it around. How about a round of applause for Kerry Terrence? Well, guys, Kerry always tough in the Doiron Engineering points as well as the track points. And, of course, we know what he's got on the line this year. He could be the first guy to do it, the drive for 5. I know we're putting a lot of pressure on him, but I think Kerry's putting a little bit of pressure on himself. He'd love to be the first guy to do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, as you mentioned, drive for 5 for Kerry Terrence. He's already with a great group of guys with Danny O'Brien, Ovid Doiron, Laurent Ledusser, and the Ox, Doug Carlisle, as well as four-time track champion here, Dave Easlip as well. So it's a great group of drivers to be with. But he's the only driver right now only active driver, I would say, that could become the first driver to win 5 track championship here. So
Well, as you look at drivers, and Kerry Terrence is still a young man when it comes to drivers. I mean, Dave Hayslip was turning the wheel. We've still got one. The Mohawk Express, Billy Cook, he's still turning the wheel.
Yes, and turning it well, might I add, too, is the next Heat Rolls trackside. This is the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division. And some debris over there on the back straightaway. We've seen a lot of that, a lot of the plastic trim that has come off of some of these cars, mainly the Pro Stocks, and Modifieds even have it as well on the inside doors of these cars. So we'll get that out of the way, and we will give the lineup for heat race number 1. It looks like this. It's Thomas Cook on point 35 with the 45, Junior Delormier. Row number 2. It is going to be Lonnie Rivers. Lonnie has a feature win already this year at the Plattsburgh Airborne Park Speedway. The 14 of Zach Arquette joins him on the outside of row number 2. Row 3, it's the 17 of Antoine Perron, along with the 44 of Jonathan Ferguson. Final row, it's the 9 of Christian Smoke. The St. Lawrence Radiology, number 21 out of Chateauguay, New York. It's the 21W of Devin Willis. 10 cars ready to go at the wired audio sign in turn number 4, and we're green. Keep in mind, top 5 rather, do get points towards the RSI Industrial Heat Championship as they head into 3 and 4. First trip around, Thomas Cook not waiting for anybody, drives away from the field. Lonnie Rivers jumps to the 2 spot, and Jonathan Ferguson, a great move to get through the middle, and he loses 2 spots in the exchange after he hits a little bit of a bump in turn number 1. Picks up another spot though as he draws even turns with Junior Delorme into turn number 3. Off of 4 they go. It is still Thomas Cook, the race leader. Battle is on now as Lonnie Rivers goes up the racetrack, opens the door for Zach Arquette to move down to the low lane. Arquette trying to take the 2 spot away. Ferguson, Christian Smoke, that's your top 5 as they bring it down to the line this time by clean and green so far in the opening 3 laps. Thomas Cook has led every lap so far. The big boys gas in Tobacco's 35 right out of Hogansburg, bringing it off the turn. It's still a clear-cut straightaway advantage over Lonnie Rivers. Rivers has got his hands full with Zach Arquette. Plattsburgh against Brazier Falls, and right now the 7 of Rivers has the advantage down the back chute. Jonathan Ferguson on a Prescott, he's picked up the 4 spot, and Christian Smoke completes the top 5 as Antoine Perrot, the 17, along with the 21 of Devin Willis, trying to move up a couple of more positions before the end of this one. Junior Delorme in the 45 moving very slowly down here on the front straightaway. We'll keep our eye on him. 2 to go this time by as Thomas Cook brings it through turns 3 and 4. A straightaway advantage right now. White flag will be displayed this time by, and Thomas Cook has had no problems so far in this one as the 21 of Devin Willis goes around on the backstretch, and that's going to change things big time now. Thomas Cook will have to do it with 1 more lap here. Just when you thought it was over.
Well, and if you're Thomas Cook, that's not what you want to see. He was gone.
Pretty much standard. And Thomas, of course, has been running well here over the last couple of seasons. Several feature wins, but has yet to break through and win one in 2019, although we haven't raced much in 2019 yet. But he'll get there. So green and a white coming out this time. Checkered will follow. Devin Willis joins the field at the back. Thomas Cook, Lonnie Rivers down for green, and we're back underway. 1 lap to do it. We'll see who can get it done. Thomas Cook with the lead. Rivers holds the second as the 14 of Arquette looks to make a move. Jonathan Ferguson, he's going a long way around. Checkered flag in the air. Thomas Cook will get the victory, second to Rivers. And at the line for third, it'll be Ferguson over Arquette. And then the 17 of Perrot will cross in 5th. Christian Smoke and Devin Willis will complete the rest of your field. So Thomas Cook grabs the victory as he brings it down into victory lane. How about a big hand for the 35 of Thomas Cook? See some of that plastic trim on the right rear quarter panel there is hanging down, and
that was what we had at on the backstretch there that one of our officials, Eric, went to go pick up. So track a little rough for the guys this evening, but on the bright side, Thomas was one of the first guys to come off that bottom groove going through 1 and 2. He was up towards the middle of the track, so that means that they're working that track in nicely.
Very much so, as Cook will bring it back to pit road, and we're going to go with heat race number 2 next.
Well, Tim and Malte, another great sportsman count here. The next level home improvement sportsman division. 4 heats on the docket. Well, here comes heat number 2 rolling out. The 88 of Jeffrey LaPalme will lead him away. The 77E of Ryan Stabler outside pole. Delbert LeGros in the 71X inside of row number 2. Brianna Ladisser, the 15B, on the outside of that second row. Adam Rosso in the number 3 goes away on the inside of row 3. Moise Paget in the 66 on the outside of row 3. Corey Winters in the 33. And Kurt Kaye in the 28K rounding out the field as they go through the wired audio zone. And we've got another good start. Jeffrey LaPalme leads them around. Stabler dives down to the inside. He wants to get down to that bottom groove quickly. Hold off the rest of the field behind him as the 2 leaders break away from the rest of the field. Jeffrey LaPalme still leading in that 88. Stabler right there in the 77. Moise Paget's got to get up in the 3rd. Then we can go 88, 77, 66. That wouldn't be a good top 1, 2, 3. And then I'll play the lottery on the way home. Jeffrey LaPalme continues to lead. Stabler got up a little bit into that cushion and bouncing all over the place. Adam Rosso finds himself alone in 3rd. Rosso picking his way through the field. Picks up 2 spots, now finds himself in 3rd, just ahead of Brianna Ladisser in the 15B. She hangs on to 4th. She's trying to hold off Moise Paget now. That's where the battle is, as the top 3 cars of Jeffrey LaPalme in the 88, Stabler in the 77, and Rosso in the 3, breaking away from the rest of the field. Brianna Ladisser in the 15B still has her hands full with Moise Paget in the 66. Now a battle at the back of the field as LeGros slips back 1 more spot. Kurt Kaye down to the inside. He'll pick up 1 spot away from Delbert LeGros in the 71. Everyone else now single file, but Jeffrey LaPalme way out in front. He's got a 2-corner lead over the rest of the field as we come to the halfway point. Or correction, 2 to go. LaPalme's got a full backstretch lead over Stabler with that 77. White flag flying for the 2nd of 4 next level home improvement sportsman division heats. And Jeffrey LaPalme is making this one look easy. Started on the pole, pulled away quickly, and has not looked back. Checkered flag flying for Jeffrey LaPalme in the 88. He'll take the heat win. Ryan Stabler in the 77. He'll finish 2nd with the 77E. Adam Rosso will finish 3rd. Brianna Ladisser in the 15B 4th. And Moise Paget in the 66 will round out your top 5. And of course that all goes towards the RSI Industrial Heat Point Challenge at the or trophy for at the end of the year. And that's, of course, Ryan Stabler behind that. How about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the 88 of Jeffrey LaPalme. Again, Timmy making it look easy. Starts on the pole and finishes it there.
Yeah, and he's been running well with that sportsman car since he got into it. He did make 1 run at it last year, but took this car all the way down to the Orange County Fair Speedway to start the year off in April and was running in the top 5 in their sportsman division. Had himself a dust-up going into turn number 1 late in the going and went from finishing in the top 5 to towards the tail of the field, but that didn't explain how he ran as the St. Cesar native will head back to pit road. Heat 3, ready to go trackside now.
Heat number 3 hitting the Speedway. A little bit change of plans as well. We were supposed to go to the mini stock feature right after the Heat for the Sportsman, but we'll do some track maintenance. We'll go to intermission right after the Heats in the Sportsman, and we'll do the presentations for the karting club. You can see the nice trophies that will be given out to the drivers. Heat number 3 on the Speedway, 3e qualification en piste. Shane Picard takes the lead over Billy Cook and Justin Desrosiers. Issues for Carl Potvin. First lap done, première tour de complété. Piste un peu plus capricieuse qu'à l'habitude avec toute la pluie qui a tombé. Shane Picard mène devant Billy Cook et puis Justin Desrosiers. On roule presque côte à côte pour la 4e position. Justin Lalancette en 5e. Shane Picard, your race leader. In front of Billy Cook, Desrosiers, Cyr, and Lalancette running side by side with Cyr and Desrosiers. Desrosiers still in 3rd. Again, really quick issues for Lalancette. Le jaune est lancé. Yellow flag is out for Justin Lalancette. Shane Picard, your race leader. Shane Picard, toujours le meneur devant Billy Cook et puis Gabriel Cyr. White flag is out. Le vert va sortir au prochain tour. Green flag will be out. In turn number 4, as I've mentioned, right after the sportsmen will go directly to intermission. We'll do some track maintenance and we'll give out all the trophies to the karting club. So if you were part of the top 3 in your division in the 2018 karting club, you can start making your way in the front of the grandstands. Green flag is out. Le vert est lancé. Shane Picard leads the way in front of Cyr and Billy Cook. The veteran driver still holding on to this 3rd position. Picard pulling away from the rest of the field. White flag being displayed. Two laps to go. 2 tours à faire. Now we'll have the white flag. Le blanc est lancé pour Shane Picard, Gabriel Cyr en 2e, Billy Cook, Travis Bruno et puis Justin Lalancette qui a effectué une remontée. Checker flag is out. Winner Shane Picard in front of Gabriel Cyr, Billy Cook, Bruno. And Lalancette completes the top 5. Justin Desrosiers, Jason Rose, and Carl Potvin completes the field. Shane Picard will come and get the checker flag. Big round of applause for Shane Picard.
Well, Shane continues his winning ways here this weekend and, of course, here at Cornwall in 2019. Picks up heat number 3, heat number 4, ready to roll to the Speedway next.
Well, Timmy, we mentioned the RSI Industrial heat points on the line. Shane Picard puts himself in a good spot winning his heat last week and winning again this week.
Yes, he does. And
Max points.
That's the way you win the RSI Championship, is getting as many heat points as possible. And he has had the maximum both weeks. The only driver to do so far, as heat race number 4 rolls to the Speedway. Jason Chip Clark has the opportunity to add another 5 points to his total, but he goes from the outside of row 1. On pole is the 08 of Chris Ferguson out of Chesterville. Chip Clark alongside from Carlton Place. Row 2, it's Kempville's Jesse Hudson with the 84 of John Mills on again in Aquay. Jason Bruno in the 66 from Plattsburgh. Alongside of him, the 04 of Cornwall's Scott McGill, and another Cornwall native, Bob Ray, in car number 18. 7 cars ready for battle. 8 laps is the distance. Fourth and final heat for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman. Ready to go at the Wired Audio Fire Zone, and we are underway. And Chip Clark from the outside lane jumps to the lead. John Mills and Chris Ferguson nearly came together. Jesse Hudson had to put the binders on to try to avoid running into the 08 of Ferguson as they come down to the line. Jason Chip Clark in command of the field as they're bringing it to turn number 1. John Mills moves way up the racetrack, and Ferguson trying to get back after him down the back chute. John Mills making his return to racing in 2019. Of course, he picked up his first ever sportsman win right here at Cornwall some 4 years ago, and he leads the way into turns 1 and 2. The 4 of Jason Chip Clark, 5th place effort last week. Had a chance to chat with him earlier on today, and he was pretty happy with how that car ran. Jason's landscaping ride, bringing it into turn number 1. John Mills right there to second. Third is being contested now between Ferguson and the 94 of Hudson. Hudson trying to switch lanes. He'll try to go to the high lane in turn number 3. Jason Bruno right there to challenge as well from the inside lane as Bob Ray and Scott McGill complete the field. 4 down, 4 to go, and it's all Jason Chip Clark up to this point. 4 car length advantage over the 84 of John Mills. The 08 of Chris Ferguson along with the 94 of Jesse Hudson continuing their battle for position number 3 as once again into turns 1 and 2. Chip Clark washes way wide. That's going to open the door for John Mills to slowly reel in the leader, but Mills goes up the hill in turns 3 and 4, and that's going to open the door now for Jesse Hudson to move in as Ferguson losing spots here late in the going. He loses 3rd to Hudson and 4th to Bruno. He goes back to the 5 spot into the clutches of Bob Ray. White flag in the air for Jason Chip Clark. Man out of Carlton Place brings it down off the corner. Checkered flag in the air. A dominant green to checker performance for Jason Chip Clark as he brings it into victory lane in car number 4. He'll take the victory. Second will be Mills. Jesse Hudson crosses in 3rd, followed by Travis Bruno. Chris Ferguson gets the final RSI Industrial heat point. 18 of Bob Ray and the 04 of Scott McGill will complete it. So that does it for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman, as the man who had a top 5 finish, 5th to be exact, last week in car number 4, brings it to victory lane. How about a big hand for the 4 of Jason Chip Clark? Heats are complete.
Really fast tonight.
Yes, they were, by the way. Hauling the mail, so to speak.
Well, we get an opportunity again to say hi to all the fine folks over in the VIP here for cooperators. Had a chance to go over there just before coming up here, and I got all the fine folks that are going to make the trophy presentations for us this evening for our winners. Of course, we have our mini stock, Lightning Sprint, Pro Stock Modified, and Sportsman feature. So we've got a bunch of fine folks from Co-op going down to make the trophy presentations. And of course, here in our intermission, we've got all kinds of other trophies down there on the table. That's for the karting club. All their hard work last season is paid off, and we're going to make the trophy presentations right in front of you, the fine folks here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. We figure we'll give you a chance to see the future racers here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway.
Absolutely.
And many of our racers on the track this evening started over on that little go-kart track between turn 3 and 4.
Right on. I will be heading down trackside for that.
Even some of our officials have made their appearances on that track. Jen Goddard over here, our handicapper, and make sure we have all these fine names and numbers. Started in the go-karts a number of years ago. Of course, Jill Goddard's daughter.
Yes.
It's one big family here at the Cornwall Motor
family.
Speedway.
You see the assist to sell mini stocks lined up and ready to go. They'll be coming out in just a few moments. We're going to do a once over on this racetrack, getting it in a little bit better condition, and we'll go with the mini stocks here in just a few moments.
Just a reminder, as we're doing some intermission business right now, just want to call all karting club members that were finishing top 3 last season in their own division. You can come in front of the grandstands. So a reminder, all the top 3 finishers in
Salut tout le monde, merci d'être à l'écoute sur le 360intro.tv, accompagné de mon bon ami Martin Bélanger pour la capsule à toute vitesse. Salut Martin!
Salut!
Comment tu vas? C'est notre première capsule cette année. Comment ça va, Martin?
Écoute, ça va bien. Les courses sont recommencées, enfin. La température est au rendez-vous ce soir, fait qu'on peut pas se plaindre, là.
Bien, justement, tu me parles de température, Martin. Oui. C'est encore une fois, comme à chaque année, c'est un sujet qu'on peut jamais passer à côté. Puis tu veux me parler encore une fois de la météo. C'est pas facile. À chaque année, c'est jamais pareil. Ça se ressemble, mais c'est jamais pareil.
Non, c'est ça. C'est un sujet qu'on ramène année après année, malheureusement. Mais c'est ça, la température, là. Les promoteurs, là, encore en fin de semaine, hier, samedi, la plupart des pistes sont annulées encore. Puis il y a certaines pistes qui prennent quand même une chance. La semaine passée, ici à Cornwall, c'est un exemple parfait. Hier, je regardais les images de Fulton. Les Empire Super Sprint étaient là. Il y a dû avoir 75 personnes dans les estrades. Ils ont poussé pour rentrer les sprints. Après ça, il y a eu une grosse arrage. Ils ont annulé. Mais même Brockville, il est reconnu habituellement, lui, pour faire des courses, tout ça. Son programme d'ouverture, il avait annulé la veille. Juste comment que c'est trempe, tout ça. Puis même ici, là, ce soir, là, tu t'en viens dans le stationnement en avant. Il y a plein d'eau. Puis non, c'est un printemps vraiment, vraiment difficile. Puis je plains les promoteurs parce que c'est pas un début de saison facile encore, là.
La semaine dernière, du côté de Granby, parce qu'on a manqué de temps, j'ai failli faire une petite capsule, peut-être de 2 minutes, pour sensibiliser les gens qui chialent des fois contre les promoteurs. Tu sais, des fois, nous, à 300 Intro, ça peut arriver qu'on va critiquer les promoteurs pour certaines choses, mais il faut leur donner aussi l'autre côté de la médaille. La semaine dernière, Dominique Lucier, le matin, était sur le bord de canceller. Là. Lui, il regardait ça puis il savait là, que le temps était à la pluie, c'était nuageux. Puis finalement, c'est ses acolytes qui l'ont un petit peu convaincu de dire non, gars, on va pouvoir faire des courses ce soir. Fait qu'ils ont fait des courses. D'où ce que j'ai failli, on comprenne la caméra, puis aller filmer les estrades, mettons, à l'entraque pour regarder le nombre de personnes qu'il y avait dans les estrades. Tu sais, des fois, les gens disent ah, le promoteur, il n'a pas mouillé, il aurait pu faire des courses, ça aurait été pas pire. Sauf que le promoteur, là, la semaine dernière, il a mangé de l'argent. Là. Fait que, puis, avec le nombre de personnes qu'il y avait dans les estrades, parce que des fois, on se fout aux réseaux sociaux. Là, il peut y en avoir une dizaine qui vont chialer que c'était cancellé, mais c'est des centaines, puis c'est des centaines de personnes qui viendront pas assises dans les estrades. Fait que des fois, les dizaines de personnes sur Internet, on dirait qu'ils sont 1000 qui chialent. Fait que les promoteurs, ils se sentent comme quasiment obligés de faire des courses pour pas déplaire à personne. Mais au bout de ça, il y a un coût. Puis il y a un coût pour les équipes aussi, des fois. Là, des fois, il est mieux de canceller. Mais sauf qu'ils ont toujours l'honneur de dire qu'ils ont fait des courses quand même. Fait que c'est ça la météo, c'est pas toujours évident. Quelqu'un que lui, par exemple, a fait la pluie et le beau temps, oui. C'est Matt Shepard. C'est incroyable ce qu'il a accompli jusqu'à maintenant. Oui,
ça, c'est un autre sujet qu'on amène année après année avec ses statistiques, tout ça. C'est notre deuxième programme de la soirée ici ce soir. Lui, déjà, il a 11 victoires de suite. Puis ça, c'est quelque chose que les gens se disent « Ah, 11 victoires. » Mais il se promène de piste en piste. Il fait 2 différentes séries avec la Short Track Super Series, avec la série Dirt Car. 2 sortes de gommes différentes avec les American Racer, avec les Osier. Il se bat contre les meilleurs. T'sais, ils disent « Ah, il fait du cherry picking. » On dit « Il choisit ses pistes, tout ça. » Peut-être certains endroits, oui, mais n'empêche que la Short Track Super Series, là, c'est les meilleurs pilotes dans ce coin-là, dans l'Ouest. Quand il se prend contre les gars de la Super Dirt Car à Can-Am, il y avait tout un peloton. Il était vraiment, vraiment dominant. Ce soir, il est supposé être à Thunder Mountain. Demain, c'est la série à Wade Sport. Demain, Friesen devrait être là. McLaughlin, probablement McCready. Il y a des grosses chances de gagner. Il va être le favori par tout ce qui va aller encore cette année. Les gens, ce qu'ils comprennent pas également, lui, il fait ça, c'est son gagne-pain. Fait que lui, le lundi matin, là, la plupart des gens vont travailler, la plupart des équipes ici, les gens vont travailler, travaillent sur la voiture. Lui, en se levant à 8 h le matin, tout de suite dans le garage, va sur ses voitures, puis c'est un ingénieur. Le gars, il a son bac en ingénierie, tout ça, puis en ingénierie mécanique. Très intelligent, tout un talent également, mais il y a toutes les combinaisons ensemble qui font qu'en ce moment, c'est le meilleur. Puis on est en train de vivre quelque chose vraiment d'exceptionnel en ce moment, là.
Tu penses-tu que c'est le gars qui peut aller rejoindre Breton pour le nombre de victoires? Brett est rendu au-dessus de 900 victoires. Tu penses-tu que quelqu'un qui peut aller le rejoindre?
Bien là, la vitesse que ça va là, s'il va chercher entre 40 et 50 victoires par saison, pourquoi pas? Matt, je pense qu'il est dans début trentaine. Puis là, en ce moment, au nombre de courses qu'il fait dans une saison, il sort 80-90 fois. Là, c'est sûr que là, cette année, son taux de victoire, il est 11 en 13, 11 en 12 ou quelque chose comme ça. Mais les dernières années, ça a tout le temps été 50 %. S'il va tout le temps chercher un 30-40 victoires, il va peut-être s'approcher de ça, mais c'est un gars qui va aller chercher 500-600 victoires au moins. Là.
Est-ce que... Bon, les gens diront, ouais, mais Stuart Friesen, il n'est pas toujours là. Ça serait le gars pas mal qui pourrait lui chauffer les fesses ou même peut-être être meilleur que lui. Serais-tu d'avis avec ça?
Probablement que Friesen, il y a peut-être une coupe de course qui aurait peut-être enlevé à Matt Shepard, mais là, cette année, toutes les fois que Friesen était sur place en même temps que Shepard l'a battu. Donc, la seule course que Shepard n'a pas gagnée, c'est Anthony Perego qui l'a gagnée, c'est même pas Stuart Friesen. Puis moi, je vais te dire, aujourd'hui, on le sait, là, les voitures, les gars ont accès à tout l'équipement, les moteurs, les chocs, les voitures, tout est à peu près égal. C'est sûr qu'il y a tout le temps des petites combines ou des recettes que les équipes ont. Mais l'équipement que les gars, les connaissances, l'accès à l'information qu'ils ont aujourd'hui, c'est vraiment pas à comparer à ce qu'on avait il y a 10-15 ans. Donc, moi, c'est vraiment un talent pur, puis je pense qu'il y a tous les ingrédients mis ensemble en ce moment, puis il y a vraiment une recette gagnante, là.
Si on voit Stuart Friesen aller courir en NASCAR, est-ce que Matt Shepard aurait pu être approché pour aller courir également dans ces genres de choses-là, ou lui, ça ne l'intéresse pas?
J'ai aucune idée. Je pense que ce qu'on voit de Stuart Friesen a essayé plusieurs types de voitures. T'sais, il a couru en sprint, il a gagné avec les World of Outlaws en sprint, il a couru en late, il a couru beaucoup sur l'asphalte aussi. Puis là, c'est sûr, là, on le voit en NASCAR, puis cette année, il est vraiment dominant avec les camions. Pas Friesen, mais Shepard, on l'a pas mal juste vu courir en modifié, on l'a pas vu essayer d'autres choses. Fait que je sais pas si son intérêt, lui, c'est vraiment rester local, puis dominer de façon locale, puis régionale, mais je sais pas, on n'a pas, c'est une question, si on le voit, on pourrait peut-être lui poser la question.
Comme tu mentionnes aussi, lui, il punch pour aller courir, il punch comme un travailleur pour aller courir, fait que lui, c'est un gagne-pain, tandis qu'en NASCAR, des fois, il faut emmener de l'argent sur place pour pouvoir piloter.
Oui.
Parlant de pilotage, Martin, une année, on en parle en bien. L'autre année, c'est plus difficile. Des fois, on se fait tirer des roches parce qu'on dit « Ah, parlez pas en bien de cette classe-là. » On voudrait en parler en bien. Mais là, la relève, elle semble difficile. C'est pas évident. Encore une fois, la catégorie Pro Stock, il y a quelque chose là, qui y a dans l'air présentement parce que c'est une belle classe, oui, mais le nombre de voitures, ça répond pas.
Non, exactement. Tu regardes ici, la semaine passée, il y en avait 10. Je regarde toujours les chiffres du côté de Granby. Granby, ça semble être la référence depuis 2-3 ans au nombre de quantités de voitures avec entre 15 et 18. Puis là, cette année, je pense qu'ils ont de la misère à toucher à 12-13 voitures. T'sais, Danny Vogel a fait du bon travail dans les dernières années. Il y a encore cette année avec la série Forum qu'on va avoir ici qui se promène un peu partout. Mais même encore ici, là, ce soir, on va avoir sensiblement le même nombre de voitures. Puis comme tu dis, il n'y a pas de relève. C'est les mêmes gars année après année qui reviennent. Puis c'est des gars que ça fait longtemps que ça course. Est-ce qu'on va les perdre au profit d'autres classes après? Là, en ce moment, c'est les Sportmen qui ont la cote. Encore ce soir, là, on devrait en avoir entre 25 et 30. Puis tu regardes un peu partout, c'est encore ça. Il y en avait 45 à Mohawk vendredi. Puis ils ont de la misère à avoir des voitures dans les autres catégories. Fait que je ne sais pas, puis c'est de valeur, parce qu'encore la semaine passée, ça a joué rough, mais ils ont donné un bon spectacle dans les 25 tours, puis c'est toujours un des bons spectacles ici. Les gens aiment ça, les gens trouvent les voitures belles, aiment la classe, mais on dirait qu'ils n'ont pas d'intérêt à embarquer.
Oui, parce que c'est pas le show le problème, il donne vraiment un excellent spectacle. Oui. Est-ce que le fait, mettons, si on prend du côté du Québec, est-ce que le fait du retrait de la série Dirt en Pro Stock peut avoir influencé aussi les pilotes à courir, peut-être avoir moins d'intérêt à courir en Pro Stock ou
peut-être. Puis il y a encore du travail à faire. Justement, Airborne les a amenés cette année comme catégorie, mais eux aussi, les gars, ils ont quelques pilotes locaux qui coursent là, qui voyagent pas, qui viennent pas au Québec ou vice-versa. Moi, j'ai encore mon mot à dire avec Can-Am. Can-Am, ça fait plusieurs fois qu'on en parle avec les topos. Can-Am devrait ramener la classe Pro Stock. Les voitures, il y a peut-être quelques ajustements à faire. Qu'il pourrait peut-être donner une année de liberté concernant la motorisation, parce qu'il y a plusieurs voitures qui ont des moteurs open, que les gars, il faudrait qu'ils investissent dans des crates, mais n'empêche que les voitures là, sont presque copie conformes à des Pro Stock. On pourrait aller chercher probablement 10-12 voitures, ça la rapprocherait, mettons, de la région aussi de Cornwall, puis même Granby. Donc, il y aurait du travail à faire, du lobbying à faire durant la saison morte, là. Mais on va voir ce que ça va donner parce que là, en ce moment, c'est encore une dizaine de voitures puis c'est vraiment dommage, là.
Tu as glissé un mot en parlant de Airborne, oui, pour les Pro Stock. Justement, tu devrais me parler un peu du propriétaire, de promoteur de la piste du Airborne Speedway. Vraiment, c'est une piste qui commence de plus en plus à attirer autant des Québécois. Oui. t'as eu une bonne jasette avec, puis c'était constructif.
Oui, bien c'est ça. J'avais une bonne jasette avec l'année passée au meeting des promoteurs. Puis là, cette année, j'ai jasé 15 minutes environ avec lui à Mohawk vendredi. Puis le jeune, il a vraiment une tête sur les épaules. Les chiffres, puis c'est un businessman. Là, cette année, il est vraiment promoteur. Donc, l'argent, c'est lui qui met sa tête sur le bio sur la tête sur le bio à tous les samedis. Puis jusqu'à date, il est quand même satisfait de ce qu'il y a. Le car count, il est super. Lui aussi, là, c'est 40 sportmen à toutes les semaines. Mais juste sa façon de penser, sa façon d'amener les choses, la piste est vraiment de bonne main parce que il est conservateur, mais conservateur, je pense, de la bonne façon. Il veut pas dérouler de l'argent pour rien. Là, on a investi dans l'équipement cette année parce que ça avait été une grosse lacune l'année passée, on en avait parlé beaucoup. On envoyait les équipes sur la piste pour taper. Là. Cette année, on a investi dans ça. Fait que tu vois que toutes les décisions qu'il prend, c'est calculé. Puis non, je pense qu'ils ont fait un très bon choix d'aller chercher Robbie Knowles. Puis la réponse jusqu'à date, c'est super. Puis ça fait une bonne alternative pour les pilotes du Québec pour aller courser là le vendredi soir. L'argent américain est très bon en ce moment comparativement à l'argent canadien. Donc, si, mettons, il y a des annulations ou il se passe de la BSB au Québec, ça leur fait une belle alternative à aller courser là-bas parce qu'il y a des bons pilotes également là-bas, puis c'est une belle piste.
Écoute, des fois, la santé du sport n'est pas nécessairement du côté des pistes de course, parce que les pistes de course, il y en a presque même plus qu'avant un petit peu. Là c'est plus question de pilote. Fait que, on en parle souvent, ça aussi, il faut que les promoteurs s'assoient ensemble pour peut-être trouver des solutions ensemble pour faire... moi, je pense qu'on devrait commencer à penser un peu plus à des événements, parce que on commence à s'apercevoir que tout ce qui est programmes réguliers ou locaux ou à tous les semaines, ça commence à être difficile parce que ça coûte plus cher un peu. Est-ce qu'on devrait, exemple, comme à Cornwall ici, est-ce qu'on devrait à un moment donné penser à faire des shows 2 semaines, mais des meilleurs shows que des meilleures bourses? Ouais. Peut-être pas beaucoup de tours, mais comme Luc mentionne souvent, des fois un 30-40 tours avec temps au premier. Est-ce qu'on devrait amener cette formule-là? Bien,
tu te souviens à l'émission cet hiver, quand j'étais sur place moi aussi avec Raymond, puis Raymond, il y a quelque chose qui l'a marqué quand on avait été visiter Weedsport l'année passée, puis avec Jimmy Phelps. Puis Jimmy Phelps, c'est exactement ça qu'il avait dit. Nous autres, on fait 10 événements. C'est sûr que la référence n'est pas la même. Là. On parle des poches vraiment illimitées à Weedsport, mais n'empêche que eux, c'est 10 programmes dans l'année, puis c'est des spectacles, soit des classes différentes ou des gros événements. Puis on n'a pas besoin d'en faire plus que ça. 10 à 12 événements. Ça finit là, puis tu sais, c'est ça, tu sais, en coursant le dimanche ici, ça aide aussi parce que, comme tu dis, si on cancelle un dimanche, on peut le reporter au dimanche d'ensuite. Mais je serais pas surpris, moi, d'ici 2, 3, 4 ans, là, qu'on diminue notre calendrier puis qu'on se concentre à faire des gros événements semblables à la semaine passée là, avec Canadian Nationals, des Santos. Tu sais, les pluies, t'as quand même plein, somme toute, avec la température. Puis les gars se déplacent, puis ça fonctionne. La recette est gagnante, puis il y a beaucoup d'intérêt de la part des amateurs. J'ai comme l'impression qu'on va s'en aller plus vers ça, là, parce que là, les programmes réguliers, comme ce soir, c'est vraiment pour les pilotes, c'est pas vraiment pour les amateurs. Les amateurs, les estrades, ça sera pas fameux malheureusement, mais c'est comme ça les programmes réguliers. Là. Il fait super beau. Là.
Puis pourtant, c'est juste 15$ à rentrer.
Oui, exactement. 15$, on a 5 classes, les Lightning Sprint sont ici, donnent tout le temps un bon spectacle. Puis les puits ce soir, honnêtement, je suis vraiment surpris. Ouais, c'est ça, les puits sont pleins dans toutes les catégories. On va avoir des bons pelotons, puis non, c'est super. Puis regarde les gens, si vous voulez l'écouter, écoutez-le à la maison, parce que si vous ne voulez pas vous déplacer, 360nitro.tv, ça va être la référence. Là.
On va être là, on est là tout le temps, nous autres. On est réguliers.
Oui, exactement.
Hey, Martin, merci beaucoup. Je te souhaite une bonne soirée là, ici à la piste. Puis, suivez-nous toute la semaine aussi, les entrevues d'après-course, toutes les entrevues là, qu'on va faire ici ce soir à Cornwall. Vous allez pouvoir les visionner après la course de ce soir et également toute la semaine sur 360nitro.tv. C'est Steve Berthiaume, Martin Bélanger, avec vous sur le 360nitro.tv. Tu ne veux pas manquer ça.
Vous êtes sur 360nitro.tv. T'es-tu bien pas mal occupé, c'est un site, mon Joey?
Ici ou à la maison, parce qu'au commerce, on est très occupé, mais ici, on peut prendre notre temps puis se préparer, puis c'est comme notre temps de relâche un peu.
Parce que là, tu as la voiture familiale, mais en plus, tu dois t'occuper de d'autres coureurs aussi.
Bien, c'est sûr qu'on aide beaucoup de monde, mais non, quand on est ici, c'est pas trop occupé. Là. D'habitude, on n'a pas commencé les courses encore. Peut-être après une couple de tours, on va courir, mais non, c'est bien.
Mais là, j'ai vu ton fils de plus en plus, il commence à faire la mécanique, puis il commence à s'impliquer pas mal. Est-ce qu'on va le voir de plus en plus dans les puits avec son père?
Oui, non, ça c'est c'est quelque chose que j'avais hâte que ça vienne à ça avec son âge, là, tu sais. Puis j'avais dit, si tu veux courir, ce sera pas papa qui va faire tout l'ouvrage. Alors, s'il veut l'apprendre, c'est le temps de l'apprendre. Puis quand il va vouloir courir, ben c'est comme ça que mon père l'a fait avec moi. On travaille ses autos quand on est encore en élémentaire. Puis quand on est devenu coureur, ben oui, mon père nous a toujours aidés, nous a toujours guidés, mais c'est pas mon père qui a bâti mes chars. C'est nous autres, moi et mon frère, on a appris jeune, puis on a développé ces connaissances-là.
Ça se mérite. Juste rappeler le nom de ton fils.
Ben non, mais c'est...
Le nom de ton fils.
Oh, c'est Tristan, excuse. Oui. Oui, puis non, écoute, on est encore en karting. Justement, aujourd'hui, on finissait les préparations pour les karts qui commencent la semaine prochaine. Mais dans mon opinion, je pense que c'est de valeur qu'on n'a pas Rookie Sportsman ici à Cornwall. Oui. Parce que, tu sais, peut-être à 14-15 ans, ça serait le temps de... Pas que j'ai rien contre le karting, j'aime bien le karting, mais ça fait depuis qu'il est 5 ans qu'il court. Tu sais, lui, dans sa tête, pas qu'il est un vétéran, mais il l'a vu. Puis se mettre peut-être en Rookie Sportsman à Brookville ou à Mohawk dans une couple d'années, ça serait peut-être, tu sais, avec un char pas cher, là, juste aller cogner dans les murs puis apprendre comment que ça se passe. Puis quand par le temps qu'il va avoir 18, ben là, il peut avoir de la belle équipement puis aller être compétitif.
C'est ça. Là, cette année, Joey, il fait quoi exactement là, avec la voiture familiale? Là? C'est sûr que tu vas courir ici à plein temps, mais après ça, c'est quoi? C'est un peu ambigu?
Oui, je dirais ça, c'est ça. Non, on veut pas vraiment se mettre dans une situation où on dit on fait absolument tous les vendredis soirs. Ça serait à moi de décider, mais c'est plus mon équipe à moi, on décide en groupe. Alors moi, je courserais 5 fois par semaine. Là, on est courseur. Là, on veut toujours être sur la piste. Côté commerce avec la famille, on est très occupés. Le temps qu'on met dans l'auto, c'est le petit temps qu'on met pas dans le commerce. Puis je suis pas mal impliqué là-dedans. Puis en tout cas, ça serait à moi peut-être qu'on courserait 2 fois par semaine temps plein. Mais je pense que ça va finir par être les dimanches, puis on va aller faire des courses spéciales à Brookville, Airborne, Mohawk, de faire le même.
Puis la série 2?
C'est pas vraiment dans nos cartes comme c'est là. Peut-être un jour, je retournerai à ça. Moi j'aime faire la série, mais encore là, avec mes responsabilités au commerce familial, c'est dur à partir un mardi, puis revenir le mercredi, puis je veux le faire. Comme coureur, je veux le faire. Puis peut-être que faut que j'attende que mon fils il court les séries pour recommencer à le faire, mais non, on dit jamais non, mais comme c'est là, c'est pas dans les plans pour cette année.
En terminant, une finale ce soir de 30 tours, la voiture, depuis le début de la saison, est-ce qu'elle est bonne ou est-ce qu'elle est en devenir bonne? Ou...
Ben, comment je dirais ça? C'est vraiment... J'ai coursé Airborne avec des petits problèmes mécaniques. Ça, on cancelle ça. Le premier 100 tours qu'on a fait ici, la track était un peu difficile. On était chanceux d'avoir eu des courses. On se plaint pas des conditions de piste, mais ça n'a pas fait des vrais tests pour moi. Puis j'ai fait une erreur en qualification. Alors j'ai parti en arrière. Puis, on s'en est sauvé avec une 15e place. Vraiment, Mohawk, c'était ma première course que j'ai vraiment comme pu étirer mes rames un peu. Puis on a fini 6e, puis on a fait des apprentissages. Il y a rien de mécanique de mal avec le char. C'est juste trouver les petits ajustements, s'améliorer, parce que tout le monde est tellement compétitif. L'autre soir, ici, je pense qu'on était les top 15. On a tous fait des tours. Notre meilleur tour était tout en dedans d'une demi-seconde. C'est vraiment... C'est pas comme si quelqu'un qui est une seconde plus vite que tout le monde. Si t'es pris en 15e, 20e, le gars en avant de toi, et moi, je m'ai battu toute la course avec Michael Parent, puis Brian McDonald, puis Mario Claire, puis c'est pas des minounes. On est tous dans le même bateau. On s'en fait pas trop avec ça, mais on veut avoir des meilleurs résultats, puis en espérant qu'à soir, on trouve le bon ajustement. Je sais que la piste va être pesante, elle va être vite, en espérant qu'elle reste... avec toute la pluie qu'on a eue, tu peux pas vraiment contrôler ça, mais ça se peut qu'elle devienne houleuse.
L'année passée, tu la voulais, cette première victoire-là. Ça a pris du temps, mais tu l'as eu finalement. Puis chez vous, ici à Cornwall. À ce temps, tu as goûté à ça, là, Joey, là. Je pense que la prochaine, elle sera pas elle sera pas aussi longue à attendre avant d'avoir
j'espère que non, parce que je veux dire, j'aurais juré... l'hypothèque sur ma maison que ça n'aurait pas pris le temps que ça a pris là, pour ma première. Dans toutes les divisions, j'ai jamais couru. C'est pas pour me vanter, mais j'ai toujours eu du succès. Puis moi, j'assumais qu'en tombant en modifié, dans la première année, je goûterais une victoire. T'sais. Sinon, la deuxième, c'est sûr, pas la troisième. Là, mais on était compétitif toujours, mais ça montre, comme je te dis, la classe de modifié, le monde, il pense, c'est juste des plus gros moteurs. Non, il y a des gars que ça fait 20 ans, 30 ans, puis il y a des gros budgets. Ils n'ont stationné pas loin de moi ici, là, ils ont un quart de million stationnés à côté de moi. Là, c'est pas, ils viennent au sérieux. Là, oui,
absolument. Hey, un gros merci, Joey, puis 360nitro.tv vont t'avoir à l'œil, c'est sûr. On va être ici à Cornwall tous les dimanches. On a des courses en direct également. Donc, un bon podium, là, terminer ça à soir, c'est bon.
On va se rejaser encore après, d'abord.
C'est ça.
C'est beau.
Merci.
Merci.
Vous êtes sur 360nitro.tv en compagnie de Jordan Poirier, celui qui a gagné le championnat l'année dernière, c'est bien ça?
Oui, exactement.
Ouais. Mais là, cette année, on tourne la page, puis là, c'est une autre saison. Est-ce que tu as encore le même objectif de remporter, bien sûr, le championnat qu'on appelle Boss Line 417?
Non, cette année, on fait une saison un petit peu différente. On va faire un petit peu moins de Lightning Sprint. Il y a des courses qu'on veut faire en sprint qui donnent moins cette saison avec les Lightning. Puis aussi, en gagnant le deuxième championnat la saison dernière, on ne trouvait pas vraiment qu'on avait à revenir compléter le championnat cette année. Fait on va faire les courses qui donnent bien. Puis qui...
Tu veux t'amuser dans le fond.
Exactement. Je reviens ici pour avoir du fun. Okay. J'ai une limite de 15 à 20 courses avec le sprint. Fait que 15 à 20 courses, c'est peut-être pas nécessairement assez dans mon été pour m'amuser. Fait que je viens d'en faire un peu. Puis mon père continue de courser. Puis il veut essayer de faire le championnat. Fait que pendant qu'il course, c'est sûr que moi, je vais venir courser aussi tant qu'à
Donc, tu veux donner la chance à ton père.
Je veux pas lui donner la chance. Je vais rendre la vie le plus difficile, c'est sûr. Mais en même temps, c'est sûr que c'est le fun de courser un contre l'autre.
Parce que sur la piste, là, que ce soit le père, que ce soit le fils, que ce soit l'oncle, ça fait pas de différence, hein?
Aux courses, tu peux pas donner de chance à personne. Là. Si t'es aux courses avec n'importe qui sur la track, si tu courses différemment, à un moment donné, tu peux faire jouer plus de tours que d'autres choses. Fait qu'il faut que tu courses tout le monde comme si c'était la même personne, puis que c'est pareil.
Il n'y a pas eu grand sortie là, cette année. J'avais juste eu Drummond, puis il n'y a pas eu grand pratique. Fait que là, il va falloir se mettre la main à... Puis en plus, tu as terminé 4e, mais là, avec la disqualification de Michael Benoît, tu as tombé 3e sur le podium par la force des choses, mais avec un problème.
Oui, on a eu un problème la dernière fois à Drummondville. Les clutches ont brûlé. On a même été assez chanceux de faire la finale parce que la clutch a brûlé dans le calife. J'ai fini sur l'aide d'aller, puis on dirait que c'était juste assez pour qu'ils saisissent entre 10 000 et 13 000 d'RPM. Ou si tous les départs, on se faisait manger. Fait qu'on a vraiment été chanceux la dernière course, mais on espère que le problème soit réglé ce soir et que ça aille mieux.
À quoi on peut s'attendre? La piste, c'est à Cornwall. Tu as connu du succès ici?
Oui, Cornwall, c'est une piste que j'adore en Lightning. Si c'est assez collant et qu'il y a un large, c'est sûr que c'est là que je vais essayer de me lancer. Mais Cornwall, on peut jamais le savoir. Tu peux te promener partout sur la track. C'est vraiment une belle track pour nous autres.
Pour faire l'entrevue, je suis allé chercher. Il était dans la remorque. Je pense qu'il y a un peu... T'as un peu de Steve Poirier dans le corps un peu. Ça se peut-tu que tu prenais des notes?
Oui, on est en train de préparer le setup, voir qu'est-ce qu'on avait fait la dernière fois qu'on était venu ici. Mais là, j'étais allé voir la track. La track, elle semble assez collante. Je pense qu'elle a mouillé quand même pas mal cette nuit. Fait on va voir ce que ça va donner en embarquant dans le warm-up.
Hey, merci beaucoup, Jordan. C'est sûr que 360 Nitro va t'avoir à l'œil. On te filme, on est en direct. Fait que t'es mieux de donner des résultats. Cette fois-ci, une 3e position, mais pas par la porte d'en arrière. Tu vas aller sur les 3 marches du podium.
On va essayer de finir sa première marche du podium à soir.
Ah, c'est un gagnant. Ouais. Merci, Jordan.
Ouais, merci beaucoup.
Vous êtes sur 360nitro.tv. Je suis obligé de venir même dans la remorque pour faire une entrevue parce que les gars, ils n'aiment pas ça de passer devant la caméra. Mais je vais commencer avec le père de Kevin. Hein? Tu commences bien en plus? Ben oui, je commence bien. Je commence avec le paternel. Le paternel, il a vu courir avant le fils, hein?
Un petit peu, oui. Il a vu des grains, par exemple, pas mal. Nous autres, on n'est pas grand-chose, mais on a vu des grains, oui. Comme des Monsieur Claire, des affaires de même. On a tout ça, on a des fringages puis tout, hein? Tu te rappelles, toi aussi? Toi, t'en rappelais, toi aussi? C'est pas mal tout, mais qu'est-ce que t'aimerais que je te dise, là? Dis-moi ça, on va te parler après, ouais.
Là, Kevin, l'année passée, il a couru ici à plein temps. Cette année, la même chose, c'est quoi? À quoi qu'on peut s'attendre à Cornwall? Vous aimez ça, la track ici?
Ben oui, c'est le fun au bout. Les beaux petits randos, la terre est belle, on est bien accueillis. Raymond, il est super open. Fait que c'est fun. Oui, c'est une belle ambiance. C'est différent que par chez nous. Peut-être que, je sais pas, peut-être qu'il y a moins de jalousie, je sais pas. C'est plus le fun, un peu, on dirait. Oui, mieux.
On s'amuse plus?
Oui, on s'amuse plus, de même. Oui.
Puis là, Kevin m'a dit, l'année passée, tu as eu des super de belles performances ici à Cornwall.
Oui, de temps en temps, on est chanceux. On aime bien ça venir ici, là. Puis les règlements sont plus équitables qu'on trouve pour nous autres. Fait que, on aime bien ça, puis on remercie Raymond.
La voiture, cette année, est-ce que tu as touché à la voiture? Y a-tu des nouveautés, sa voiture?
Non, on a changé les collants, puis c'est tout.
Hey, le moteur, c'est qui s'occupe du moteur?
Ah, tu viens juste d'y parler, là. C'est moi, oui, Monsieur Hamel.
Ben, ça n'a pas sauté encore. Faut croire que ça a baigné dans l'huile cet hiver.
Ouais, on n'a pas fait beaucoup de tours encore, mais on va souhaiter que ça t'offre.
Quel genre de pilote tu te décris, toi, sur la piste? Agressif?
Non, plutôt ordinaire, ouais, propre, je dirais.
Ouais, c'est sûr que tu vas dire ça, tu es devant la caméra. Hein.
Ah non, je pense que le monde qui m'ont vu virer pilote clean, là.
Ici, à Cornwall, la compétition est forte. Hein? On ne sait jamais, on peut pas dire d'avant qui va remporter la victoire.
Ah non, c'est sûr. Des fois, les positions de départ, ça nous aide pas mal.
Mais là, ça a changé cette année, là. C'est la pige.
Ouais, pour les qualifications, ouais.
Est-ce que tu aimes ça?
Ah, on ne sait pas, on l'a pas essayé encore.
OK, c'est vrai, parce que c'était un 100 tours la dernière fois, fait que là, tu vas le savoir. Mais là, ça dépend si t'es chanceux ou pas chanceux à la pige.
Ben, c'est ça. Ouais. J'imagine que ça va revenir pas mal au même, là. À un moment donné, ça va... C'est le hasard.
Et là, ta blonde est à côté de toi, là?
Ouais, ouais.
Comment elle s'appelle, ta blonde?
Amélie.
Amélie, toi, tu suis Kevin, toi, ça fait longtemps?
Ah, c'est ma 3e saison avec lui, là. Fait-
Est-ce que tu l'aimes voir courir?
Oui, j'aime ça. Bon.
Puis quand ça va pas, c'est toi qui le réconforte le soir?
Ah, j'essaie, mais des fois, ça mène pas à grand-chose.
Ça mène pas grand-chose, hein? Quand il y a des bad luck, puis tout ça, il n'y a rien à faire, hein?
Non, c'est ça, faut qu'il décompresse, là, puis c'est ça, on relaxe dans le char, montant, puis...
Souvent, on m'a déjà dit qu'un pilote, une fois qu'il a mis son chapeau, son casque sur la tête, c'est plus le même homme. Est-ce que c'est vrai?
Ah, c'est vrai. Il est dans son monde, là, faut plus que tu le déranges, là. Il est prêt à partir sa traque, là, puis
Les,
il a du fun.
les testostérones au bout?
Ouais.
Hey, vous êtes une belle gang. Honnêtement, là...
Pas belle, bonne. Pas belle gang, bonne gang.
Gros...
Bonne gang. Pas belle gang, bonne gang. Ouais, ça, c'est l'équipe. Ça, tu vois ici.
Puis, c'est qui ton chum à côté, là?
À côté, Monsieur
Patrice Ménard.
C'est Monsieur Ménard.
Je suis avec Jean-François Corriveau du Grinder.
Directeur.
Du Grinder. Ouais, je suis avec lui dans son équipe. Mais là, j'ai mes amis de hockey.
Ah, ouais, non, t'es venu voir les setups qu'ils ont, hein?
Ah ouais, c'est ça.
Tu viens voler les affaires des autres, mais ça a bien aidé. Grinder, la semaine dernière, a terminé 2e.
Ouais, mais c'est ça, j'avais checké ses setups de l'année passée. Fait que là, ça a bien été.
Comme ça, Jean-François, d'abord, il se fie encore sur les autres.
Exactement. C'est de même que tu vois ça.
Il n'y a pas trop d'argent.
Hey, merci beaucoup. Vous êtes une bonne gang. Pas une belle gang, mais une bonne gang. Merci. Vous êtes sur 360nitro.tv en compagnie de Michael Benoît. Michael, oui, ça va?
Ben oui.
Hey, ça a l'air que t'aimes ça, les caméras, toi.
Ouais, tu sais, on s'habitue.
Mais je pense que c'est meilleur en arrière d'un volant qu'en arrière d'une caméra.
J'espère.
Parce qu'on a vu ça. La semaine dernière, tu as terminé 3e.
Ouais.
Mais là, il s'est passé quelque chose, là. Il va falloir que tu te mets des poids dans tes poches, là, parce que tu arrives à balance, tu es trop léger.
Ben oui, écoute, on a eu un petit problème avec le poids de la voiture. On pensait pas qu'elle était aussi légère que ça. Mais écoute, on a arrangé ça cette semaine. On a mis ce qui manquait, puis on va essayer ça ce soir. On va faire de notre mieux.
Quel genre de pilote tu pourrais te qualifier? Parce que l'année passée, tu as quand même compétitionné avec les meilleurs, puis tu as terminé toutes tes courses. C'est bien ça?
Oui, écoute, l'année passée, on a eu une super belle année. On a eu aucun bris. À part un soir à Drummond, ça allait super bien, on était 3e, puis on a eu un petit problème avec la conduite. Mais écoute, on lâche pas. On essaie de continuer en avance, puis on fait notre possible avec l'équipe qu'on a, puis les commentaires qu'on a, le budget qu'on a, puis on donne tout ce qu'on a.
Oui, bien là, regarde, Nathalie, tu pourrais peut-être prendre ses mains. Là, il a les mains pleines d'huile. Ça prouve quelque chose, c'est qu'il travaille fort. Hein? Ça se gagne avant, ça, les courses, ça, là, dans le garage. Il faut préparer ça, cette voiture-là. faut en passer des heures après une voiture. Hein?
Ouais, écoute, on passe beaucoup d'heures après ça. Mon équipe qui est derrière moi, ils font un job incroyable la semaine. Ils me donnent un gros coup de main. On est toute une gang de jeunes passionnés qui adorent les courses. D'ailleurs, j'ai mon crew chief Michel qui est pas là à soir, qui me donne un gros coup de main. Mon père, grâce à lui aussi, on est aux courses. Puis écoute, c'est gros du temps pendant la semaine, mais on a du fun puis on adore ça.
Et de venir ici à Cornwall, pour vous autres, de sortir du Québec, venir à Cornwall, peut-être quand même un petit challenge.
Ouais, ça donne un petit challenge, puis en même temps, tu découvres, tu attires, on pourrait dire, d'autres fans, vu que c'est pas au Québec, puis tu te fais connaître un peu plus loin, puis non, ça donne un petit challenge, tu te fais du fun.
Et la piste, tu as coursé l'année dernière sur cette piste-là, c'est quand même une piste, je pense, idéale. J'ai parlé à Pierre-Yves Joyal un peu plus tôt, puis il me disait que cette piste-là, elle serait idéale pour votre genre de classe, là, les mini-sprints.
Ouais, écoute, la grosseur de la piste, c'est incroyable, c'est parfait. C'est la grosseur idéale, je dirais, Saint-Marcel aussi. Mais la grosseur, c'est parfait. Puis on a bien du fun. On pourrait dire le challenge est là, vu que c'est petit. Écoute, tu peux avancer, puis c'est serré. Toute la gang de la MSQ, là, on fait des très belles courses. Je pense qu'on est quand même assez. On donne quand même un bon show.
Fait que là, ce soir, on reprend ça, on monte sur le podium, mais cette fois-ci avec un poids légal.
On va faire notre possible.
C'est ce que je te souhaite. Un gros merci.
Merci à toi.
Vous êtes sur 360nitro.tv en compagnie du président de l'association, Pierre-Yves Joyal, bien sûr. Pierre-Yves, encore une autre saison en 2019 ici à Cornwall, mais une nouveauté cette année. À 3 reprises ici, on va vous voir à Cornwall. On était supposé vous voir peut-être qu'on parlait de même à une classe régulière ici. C'est quoi qui s'est passé, donc?
Bien, c'est sûr et certain qu'on avait déjà parlé avec... on avait amené ça sur le sujet avec Joël Loiron, le directeur de course. C'est sûr et certain qu'on a un calendrier assez occupé. De venir ici régulier, selon moi, c'est pas vraiment possible. De venir plus souvent, ça, par exemple, c'est vraiment accepté. Puis,
c'est dans vos plans, c'est dans vos plans. D'autant plus que là, il y a 2 gars là, de l'Ontario là, qui se sont greffés avec vous autres, plus un commanditaire de Bossline 417 de Castleman, là, Gilles Laplante. Donc, c'était un bon chum, ça?
Oui, c'est commanditaire fidèle depuis l'année passée. On a créé le 417 Bossline Tour. Toutes les courses sont à l'extérieur du Québec. On est bien contents. 2 pilotes qui viennent de la région. Fait que c'est sûr et certain que c'est plus propice à aller chercher des pilotes dans des régions où on visite, dans le fond. Puis le circuit est vraiment idéal pour nous autres, pour notre configuration de voiture.
Pour ceux qui nous écoutent, là, excuse-moi, je te coupe, là, mais c'est qui ces 2 gars-là de la région? Là?
Les 2, la douceur. Le 23-74, Terry et son garçon. Son garçon a déjà couru ici, je pense, je sais pas dans quelle classe, mais a décidé de faire le saut avec la série AMSQ Imovex. Puis on est tellement bien reçus ici, fait que...
Mais là, il y a tout un calendrier quand même, une vingtaine de sorties avec mois de juin très, très rempli, avec 7 courses au mois de juin. Donc, mois de juin, il ne faut pas manquer une là, si on veut être dans le championnat.
Le mois de juin est assez rempli, comme tu dis, Steve. 3 manches de la série 417. On est souvent à l'extérieur. Non, c'est sûr et certain que faut que les boys soient présents pour cumuler des points pour faire partie de la danse à la fin de l'année.
Oui, certain. Là, on va parler de ce soir. Il y avait vraiment une vingtaine de pilotes qui ont confirmé qu'ils sont ici dans les puits. Les courses ont débuté. Un début de saison où il y a eu des rain-out, ce qu'on appelle là, des soirées annulées à cause de la température. Il y a seulement eu de Drummondville. Il y a eu des incidents. Il y a des gens là, qui vont vouloir se reprendre à soir. À quoi qu'on peut s'attendre avec une finale de 25 tours?
On peut s'attendre à pas mal de choses. Sérieusement, là, vu qu'il n'y a pas eu de pratique, il y a eu des personnes qui ont eu des bris mécaniques. C'est sûr et certain qu'il n'y a pas personne qui peut dire qui va gagner à soir. Il y en a plusieurs qui peuvent aspirer à la plus haute marche du podium. Puis ça, c'est à tous les programmes. Fait que, ça va être très spectaculaire. En
tout cas, j'ai bien hâte de voir ça. 360 Nitro va bien sûr filmer ça en direct. Comme d'elle, on va vous suivre. Puis, écoute, bonne chance à tout le monde, hein?
Nous autres aussi, on vous suit, 300 Nitro. Vous êtes primordial pour le monde sur terre battue, pour les courses. Je pense que ça commence à paraître.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi.
notre expérience de course et notre technologie vous suivent partout, à tous les jours, dans chaque bouteille, peu importe ce que vous conduisez. Les huiles Lucas sont conçues pour tirer la meilleure performance de votre véhicule. Partagez la confiance qu'inspirent les huiles Lucas chez tous nos pilotes. Lucas Oil, une expérience de course qui vous accompagne en tout temps.
Comme pilote de drift professionnel, mes résultats sont basés sur des chiffres. Pour créer de bons calculs, un seul produit a toute ma confiance. Le survolteur d'octane Lucas Oil. Il permet d'augmenter la puissance et ainsi provoquer de la fumée dans chacun des virages sur la piste. Mais il faut savoir se retenir en dehors des circuits. Faites du survolteur d'octane Lucas Oil une habitude pour votre moteur.
Actuellement, Lou est contrarié. Il cherche désespérément à récupérer ce qui lui tient le plus à cœur. La tablette 360.
Donne-moi la tablette! Non! Donne-moi la tablette! Non! Donne-moi la tablette!
Présentement, Loïc bouille énormément en dedans de lui. Son frère lui a pris la tablette 360.
Moi Cabra.
Hey!
Penses-tu vraiment que papa, il va écouter 360 Nitro.tv?
Pas sûr.
360 Nitro.tv. Tu ne veux pas manquer ça.
Comme pilote de drift professionnel, mes résultats sont basés sur des chiffres. Pour créer de bons calculs, un seul produit a toute ma confiance. Le survolteur d'octane Lucas Oil. Il permet d'augmenter la puissance et ainsi provoquer de la fumée dans chacun des virages sur la piste. Mais il faut savoir se retenir en dehors des circuits. Faites du survolteur d'octane Lucas Oil une habitude pour votre moteur. Devenez supporter 360 pour seulement 10 $ annuellement pour supporter personnel. Les supporters réguliers recevront un autocollant 360 Nitro.tv personnalisé à leur nom. Et pour les supporters affaires, pour seulement 50 $ annuellement, l'affichage inclura un lien vers votre site Internet. Tous les détails sur le 360nitro.tv.
Allez, fais comme moi, deviens un supporter 360. Allez vite, fais comme moi, deviens un supporter 360. Si elle est capable, vous autres aussi.
search myself, the mirrors of my life, down around the road to anywhere. Standing in front of you, things I left behind. Someday this broken heart will heal. You help me through the night. There's nothing we can do. Reflections in my mind. There's a road to go through. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back home to stay. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back and tell me what it takes to take you home. I wanna know how everything went wrong. You're far from turning back. You help me through the night. There's nothing we can do. Reflections in my mind. There's a road to go through. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back home to stay. All the world to fly away. Bring my love back all the world to fly away. Bring
30 with the 3, Mike Gaucher, J.C. Bouchard, the 30B, along with Justin Jodway in the 22. 22, TJ, Tyler LaMarche, along with Alexis Charbonneau in the 49. Brandon McMillan, the 22B, with the 27 of Thomas McDonald. Final row, it's James Clark in the 2X with the 23D of Sean Duvall. Now, Sean took a hard hit into the wall off of turn number 4, so I don't think that he will be able to answer the call. So we'll go with 11 on this one. 15 laps is the distance. White flag is displayed this time around. We will have green next time by. Good folks at the Cooperators on hand with us here tonight. Hopefully they're enjoying all the racing action. Carl Potvin is the race leader, pole sitter, control car. He gets to determine when we will go racing. Anytime after the wired audio fire sign in turn 3 and 4, and we are underway. Well, Chris James jumps to the lead off of corner number 2. Carl Potvin, Mark Dagenet, Mike Gaucher, Justin Jodway, your top 5 as they bring it through turns 3 and 4. First time around, it is going to be Chris James. Leading the way into turn number 1, the 17 of Carl Potvin, 30 of Mark Dagenet. That's your top 3. Mike Gaucher, former champion in this division, right there in the top 5 as well. Alexis Charbonneau, 4 wins last season here at Cornwall, trying to get up there and battle for a top 5 position as we complete lap number 2. Chris James well in command of the field as they bring it down the backstretch. Carl Potvin, looks like that car's a little better in the longer runs. Once he gets it wound up, he is as fast as anybody, and maybe a little bit faster than Chris James as they bring it down in front. 3 laps on the scoreboard in this 15-lap contest, and Chris James looking strong down the back chute. Now Carl Potvin under attack from both sides. Dagenet to the bottom, Jodway around the top side, and Potvin loses 2 spots in that exchange. Dagenais goes to second. Justin Joneway looking on the high lane, and he's going to pick up second. So Justin Joneway on the charge here in the early stages of this 15-lap contest for the Assist to Sell mini stocks. And right now, Chris James in control of the field. He has been from the drop of the green, but Justin Joneway has found something on that outside lane. Justin is winless in this division as he goes a little off the backstretch, and he's going to lose a bunch of spots. All those spots he picked up, he just lost them all in turn number 3. Picks it back up behind Mike Gauthier as your leader. Heads into 1 and 2. They'll be heading into some lap traffic in a couple of laps or so as Chris James still leads the way. Mark Dagenais looking at the inside lane. Nothing doing down there. Closed in big time into turn number 3 as Dagenais looking to pull even turns off the corner. Chris James holds the lead. A pair of former track champions going at it for the race lead into turn number 1. Dagenais on the bottom. James on the high side. Here comes Mike Gauthier in a bid for a third. Carl Potvin right there to challenge from spot number 4. Justin Joneway, your number 5 position as he exits the turn this time by. Look at Dagenais thread the needle. He goes to the lead as Chris James loses a couple of spots. And oh my, contact. Around goes Chris James. Collects Justin Joneway in the process. Yellow lights are on. And a tough break for Potvin, Joneway, and Chris James. In that exchange, looks like Chris James has got some heavy rear end damage to that number 1i machine, and it does not look healthy coming into turn number 4 here.
Well, Timmy, for about 7 laps there, the top 5 cars were flying, and you just knew something was going to give along the way, and unfortunately it had to take 2 or 3 of our cars with it. Justin Joneway, you saw the damage. He was dragging that quarter panel off the track, and of course Chris James. But what a job by Dagenais to thread the needle, and Gauthier going from 4th to 2nd on the front stretch.
Yeah, that's going to it's going to be an interesting restart with these two drivers, both of them former champions in this class. Dagenais won the title here a couple of seasons back. I believe Gauthier won it in 2013. J.C. Bouchard, who joined us late last season, made his way to 3rd. Alexis Charbonneau, who's always strong in this division, also competes at Autodrome Granby on Friday nights in the Sport Compact class. And 22 TJ, that is Tyler LaMarche. So Carl Potvin, looks like he is going to need some assistance from a tow truck. Next week, of course, it's going to be a very fast evening as the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints will invade the Cornwall Motor Speedway.
Nothing like 11 seconds to go around the track.
Yeah, not too awfully bad. Full program as well in all of our divisions.
I still can't get over that. When you talk about it, we got a quarter mile here. 11 seconds is a great straight quarter mile time, but these guys are turning 4 times. Hopefully 4 times.
Yeah, they pretty much will. They get the right... Yeah. They will, and they usually do here.
I know we just have to go back a number of years ago when we had the World of Outlaw guys here, and of course it's a bigger sprint. That's the 410, and they're faster, but you know, you were almost talking a full second time. And I had the opportunity to go up to Ohsweken, where it's a sprint track.
Literally,
the cars are pushed off from the, there's a separate track in the back, and they come out, they're already running. So when they push start everything, and I'll tell you, they go down into turn 1 there down the front stretch, and you don't even think they're going to turn the last second. It's like they're on a rail, and they're halfway through turn number 2.
Well, still looking for the missing wallet. If you have found a wallet, it was missing in the beer garden. If you do have it, the owner of that wallet is looking for it and is offering a pretty significant reward if it is found. So if you do find it, please stop over at the information booth and wait the arrival of the owner, please. So please do that. The owner is really, really in need of that.
Yes. And if you want, bring it up here and we'll share it. Oh, God. We'll share the reward. Everyone gets an equal cut.
Donc, juste un rappel, on n'a toujours pas retrouvé le portefeuille qui a été perdu dans le Beer Garden, dans l'endroit où on vend l'alcool. Donc, la personne très anxieuse de vouloir retrouver son portefeuille. Donc, si jamais vous retrouvez celui-ci, veuillez l'apporter au kiosque d'information. Une très, très bonne somme vous sera remise par le propriétaire de celui-ci si jamais vous retrouvez ce portefeuille.
Oh, and if anyone's ever lost a wallet, they know how expensive it is to replace everything in it, just your driver's license and everything. It's a real pain in the butt to try to make sure that you've got your driver's license or your OHIP card or whatever you may have in there. Try to replace all that, and it's not easy.
White flag is displayed. It is going to be Mark Dagenet leading him back to green. Mike Gaucher alongside. This is going to bring Alexis Charbonneau in the 22 TJ of Tyler LaMarche up to fourth. 27 of Thomas McDonald, his maiden voyage. A couple of rookies up there in the top five. We'll see how this one pans out. Green light set to come on with the wired audio sign off at turn number 4, and we're green. Dagenet with the lead as they head in 1 and 2. A look out. LaMarche goes for an alternate off-road excursion off of corner number 2. Going to bring it back on, but loses a bunch of spots. Meanwhile, through turns 3 and 4, the 30 of Dagenet racing his second car in as many weeks as they run into turns 1 and 2. Dagenet start to drive away from the field. Here comes Alexis Charbonneau. They're 3 wide down the back chute as they head into turns 3 and 4. And Gaucher with a problem. Pulls it to the inside portion of the backstretch, and the yellow lights will fly as Tyler LaMarche made a big move down to the inside lane to pick up position number 2. That was Justin Jodway that moved to second. Apparently the car from that previous accident wasn't hurt too bad as Tyler LaMarche is back there in position number 6 right now. So the quest for his first career win in this division still going strong. Ten laps down. 5 to go. Second feature of the season for the Assist-to-Sell mini stocks. The Lightning Sprints will be set to go next for their 25 lap feature go. Looking forward to that one. 20 cars.
On that track, nice and smooth like that, 3 lanes. Oh, it's going to be a good one.
A couple of Poiriers at the front of the field. This should be interesting. Absolutely. As we're set to go off of turns 3 and 4, green lights back on. 5 laps to decide it. Got a former champion and a driver who has never won in this division, and now he pokes it to the lead. Justin Jodway to the lead down the back chute. 30 of Dagenet, 49 of Alexis Charbonneau. That's your top 3. As Tyler LaMarche pulls up the spot number 4, J.C. Bouchard completes the top 5. 4 laps left to go. The man who competed for several seasons on the kart track in the tractor divisions, leading away down the back chute and pulling away from the rest of the field off of turns 3 and 4. 3 to go for Justin Jodway down in front. 30 of Dagenet, followed by Alexis Charbonneau. They're going to be battling for second here in the next couple of laps as Dagenet still working that inside lane. Charbonneau right there with him, right behind him as they're looking to pull even down the back stretch, and Charbonneau drives around the outside lane, and Alexis Charbonneau to the 2 spot as they head off the turn. 2 to go for Justin Jodway. Had a bit of a dust-up earlier on in this contest. Apparently the damage wasn't that bad
as they head into 3 and 4. White flag will be waving this time by Alexis Charbonneau has cleared Mark Dagenet for second. White flag for Justin Jodway. Looking for his first ever win in the Assist-to-Sell Mini Stock Division. No challenge from behind. He's got a straightaway advantage. All he's got to do is take it nice and easy into turns 3 and 4, and he gets it done. Finally, Justin Jodway's a winner in the Mini Stocks at Cornwall. Second goes to Charbonneau, Mark Dagenet, Tyler Lamarche, third and fourth. Thomas McDonald and J.C. Bouchard will complete it in a wild race for the Assist-to-Sell Mini Stocks. But how about that? The man comes from the kart track and adds his name to the growing list of drivers who have won on the kart track and now on this facility right here.
Well, I tell you, Martin is going to have a very excited Justin Jodway down there, and it'll be interesting to see how he gets an interview out of him. Justin, a very quiet young man, and not known for his words, but I'll tell you, I think he was probably screaming in that car. Finally getting a victory here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway, getting that monkey off the back, and nice and early on in this season. Had a good night last week as well.
And he was dominant in that tractor division over there on the kart track. He would win pretty well every week.
Definitely, and he put the work in on the tractor as well, and well, if anyone's seen them, they know how much work goes into that, and if you haven't seen these guys race the tractors before, it's unbelievable the amount of work they put into these lawn tractors. They lower them right to the ground. They put motorcycle handlebars on them so that they can steer and hold on a little tighter.
Yes.
They lower the seats. They totally redesign their lawn tractors, and I know
they really do.
He put the same amount of work and effort into his mini stock, and it's paying off for him big time, and it's a sharp-looking ride as well.
Yes, for sure. And he's in victory lane, and Martin Belanger is going to be down there to greet him.
Woo, Justin, good job, bud. Just don't look at the side of your car. Yeah, not this time. This is the good side.
It's a pretty happy crew down here for Justin Jodway, his first win of the season in the mini stock division. And he's getting out of the car. He can hear you, the 22J of Justin Jodway. Congratulations, man. That car was a rocket tonight here at Cornwall. How does it feel to win here tonight?
It's pretty good. It's my first win of the season ever, I guess.
How, anyone you would like to thank? There's a big crew with you tonight as well. I can see a lot of smiling people with you in this crew for sure.
My sponsors, CJ's Automotive, Sean Junk Removal, Bayfield. There's a bunch of them, and my crew. And my wife, Mina. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, so congratulations, Justin, and hopefully you'll be able to win some more. So again, a big round of applause. His first win in the mini stock division, the 22J of Justin Jodway. Back up to you guys as we're getting ready for the lightning sprints. Donc, un homme de peu de paroles, Justin Jodway remporte sa première victoire en mini stock ici du côté du Cornwall Motor Speedway. Il dit oui, c'est ma première que je remporte une voiture extrêmement rapide, puis remercier toute mon équipe et puis tous mes commanditaires, mais on voit le Justin Jodway là, qui avait une voiture extrêmement rapide ce soir pour remporter sa première victoire en mini-stock.
Doing her thing in victory lane. Great job. Jewel Avansky from the Cooperators.
Justin,
now this is the part where the car disappears.
Yeah, the car's going to be gone, and Justin, don't worry about it. Those interviews will come. Look, we've been working with Kerry Terrence for years, and we can actually get a smile out of him now.
How?
It's not easy, but we do it.
It's kind of like Dave Hayslip. He was he won 150,000 features in his career.
He was a hard interview too. One of my first couple of interviews was Dave Hayslip here at the Cornwall Speedway, and he's another man of very few words.
Joel Dwaron, he was another guy of very few words. Couldn't get him to talk in the microphone at all. You're like your father, yeah. I I remember Ovid after he won that Dream Weekend back in '94, and it paid significant amount of money to win, and just like he'd won a regular 25-lap feature. He did buy supper that night, did he?
And,
wow.
you know, with Joel...
First and only time, I think.
Joel, when he'd win, was a man of few words, but when he's up here now, boy, we can't, we can't get a word in edgewise now. Always on the radio, talking in the driver's ears.
Well, Justin Jodway finally gets to experience what Victory Lane is like on the quarter-mile track here.
And actually, you know what? One of our first ever in-car interviews was Joel Doiron. In one of the big races, it was Dave Murphy and myself. We wired him up, and we interviewed him during one of the big 100-lappers a number of years ago. I think it was our only in-car interview.
Did he say a bad word? And
No, he didn't say a bad word. That's what we were kind of worried about in the heat of the moment. You know, you get some drivers, or when they wire up the hockey players, and you have to tell everybody this is rated R. But no, Joel was very good.
Don't forget as well, if you haven't gotten your latest edition of Erie Auto Racing News, to get it from Patrick Mulligan. He's located down in front of the Finish Line Pub. $4 Canadian or $3 US gets you the latest edition of the Area Auto Racing News. So go on down there and see Patrick, and he'll take care of you, get you caught up on the racing action around the area. Area Auto Racing News. Lightning sprints on track. Yannick Poirier, the 28P, goes away from the point. Outside will be Benjamin Mello in the 740. Jordan Poirier, the 28, along. Aside of him will be the number 3 of Pascal Levesque. Row number 3 going to find the 21 of Yves Girard, along with the 74 of Terry Lannister. Stéphane St. Laurent, the 29. Points leader Tommy Morrow in the 22. Guillaume Ouellette, the 32. 16 of Eric Sunborg. 19 of Matthew Barget, along with the number 4X of Raphael Niederer. 66 of Jeffrey Ware, along with the 78 machine. That is Sebastien Hébert. Get you the rest of the field as they come by. 25 laps. Green in the air, and we're underway. As they work it down the front straightaway, it's a pair of Poiriers at the front of the field. Yannick has the lead, but Jordan is not that far behind. He's going to make it tough on Yannick to get the top spot. As they head down off the corner, Yannick Poirier in control. Jordan Poirier to second. Pascal Levesque is third, and everybody's after Merbenton. Whoa, look at Mallow gets up in the air, as that's going to open the door for Terry Ladisser. Former series champion Stéphane St. Laurent goes to the 5 spot. That's going to bring Matthew Barget into the mix as well. Let's see what happens. One costly error. Terry Ladisser getting some air time under the left front of that ride, as Yannick and Jordan Poirier lead the field around. The 427 of Francis Liberté is glowing here on the front straightaway. Actually, that's the 42 of Emily Lemire. And Lemire moving very slowly around the inside portion of the racetrack. She's trying to get it to the infield, but it won't happen. Caution flag waves at lap 5. So a tough break there for Emily Lemire in the 42. Drivers coming to a crawling pace there as they try to get her off the racetrack.
Well, Tim and Martin, didn't take them long to put 5 laps in the book. I tell you, they did it very quickly.
That's why they call them the lightning sprints, because they're lightning fast right now.
Well, they're turning 15-second laps. That's the drivers towards the back, but of course, Yannick and Jordan Poirier, Jordan Poirier the last couple of times here fared very well in these lightning sprint cars as well. Even jumped up to the ESS a few times with Uncle Fireball Poirier.
Yes, and won his first ever ESS race right here with us.
Well, that was Yannick turned to 13.2. So not too shabby.
No, they know how to get around here pretty quickly. 13:2:01 was Yannick's fast time. 13:2:90 was the best time for Jordan Poirier. So these two drivers about 3/10 faster than third place Pascal Levesque. So you can tell that these drivers definitely got their stuff together as they're ready to go green through turns 3 and 4. Yannick and Jordan on the front row. Pascal Levesque, Stefan St. Laurent, Terry Ladisser, the top 5. Green lights back on, and away we go. Well, I'll tell you what, Matthew Bargier made a slick move in that outside lane as Bargier goes from about 6th to 3rd. Eric Sundborg jumps to the 4th spot, and Matthew Bargier's not done yet. He goes around Yannick Poirier to pick up 2nd as they head into 1 and 2. Jordan Poirier with the race lead. Matthew Bargier to 2nd, Yannick Poirier 3rd, Eric Sundborg, Pascal Levesque, your top 5. Stefan St. Laurent trying to move back in as well. Stefan St. Laurent in the number 6 spot. Points leader Tommy Morrow is 7th. 8th is Guillaume Moulin. Oh, Terry Ladisser pulls a wheelie in turn number 2, running in position number 9, and Benjamin Mallow completes the top 10 as they complete lap number 8. 8 laps are down and just under 12 seconds for Jordan Poirier. That last lap, 12:8.6. As they come down to the line, 9 laps are on the scoreboard, and Jordan Poirier trying to make short work of this field. Matthew Bargier, a lot of experience in these cars, holds down 2nd. Right now, we're 10 in the books, and it's Jordan Poirier running away from the field.
Lighting sprint extrêmement rapide, encore une fois, au Cornwall Motor Speedway. On voit les temps en dessous de 13 secondes pour les meneurs. Jordan Poirier toujours aux commandes. 11e tour de complété. 14 à faire. Mathieu Barbier 2e. Et Yannick Poirier complète le top 3. Pascal Levesque et Eric Sundberg le top 5. Voiture très rapide. La piste, ça valait le coup de prendre une bonne pause durant l'intermission pour gratter tout ce qu'il y avait d'excellent sur la piste, puis ça nous donne une très bonne surface pour les Lightning Sprint. On vient compléter le 13e tour à la mi-course, halfway point in this event. Jordan Poirier is used to win here at Cornwall Speedway. We mentioned it earlier, he won with the ESS a few years ago. First win in a car owned by his uncle, Steve Fireball Poirier, but tonight going really, really well so far with his Lightning Sprint. Mathieu Barbier in 2nd. And father Yannick running in 3rd. Stefan St. cracked the top 5 right now and pursuing the 3 of Pascal Levesque. 16 tours de complété pour Yannick Poirier. Mathieu Barbier s'est approché dangereusement ici. Là, on s'approche avec 9 tours à faire. Les retardateurs ont donné un peu de fil à retordre à Jordan Poirier. Ça a profité à Mathieu Barbier de s'approcher. Les deux pilotes se sont creusés une très grande avance sur Yannick. Donc Jordan est toujours le meneur devant Mathieu Barbier. 18 tours de complété, 18 laps in the book. We'll have 6 to go as they cross the flag stand here. A lot of heavy traffic in front of the leaders right now, battling with Benjamin Malo and Hébert. Using the inside lane here for Jordan Poirier. Passes as we go to lap number 20.
Well, just 5 laps to go for Jordan Poirier, working his way through the traffic now. Matthew Bargier just trying to keep it close in the 19 as he's pulling up a little bit closer now. The traffic slowed Jordan Poirier down just enough. Here comes Bargier with 3 laps to go this time around. Up until just a lap or 2 ago when the traffic got in there, it was all Jordan Poirier. Now Terry Ladisser, and we've got one car, looks like he lost an engine. There's white smoke everywhere. That's out of the 66 of Jeffrey Weir, as he's going to stop it right in front of the flag stand, and safety crews will come over to make sure everything's all right. Well, Timmy, we were talking about just how fast Jordan Poirier is. His last 6 laps were all in the 12-second range.
Yes, and Jordan defending series champion. He won the title in 2016 as well for the Lightning Sprints. He's got company, though. Matthew Bardier is no slouch in these cars. He was an 08 Rookie of the Year in this division as well. And I mentioned his success in the sportsman ranks as well. So Bardier knows his way around. He's won some qualifying races here. He's not won a feature yet here, although he hasn't competed too much. But these two are going to settle it amongst themselves, I think, anyway. Yannick Poirier still in contention, though.
Still right there, and you'd never count a Poirier out.
No.
We learned that a long time ago when Uncle Steve used to race here in the modified division. And, of course, jumping up to the sprint ranks many years ago.
Yep.
But, yeah, we go all the way back to our Labor Day races, and Steve and his crew would stay around till the early morning and cook everyone breakfast.
Yes, because a lot of them needed it.
Yes.
Yes.
Still partying by the fire when the sun was coming up, and
yep,
I smell bacon and eggs.
And that's pretty much attracted everybody to the trailer, so... Yannick Poirier, of course, a Rookie of the Year in this division in 2012 as well. These drivers move on. Their next event will be at Autodrome Drummond to kick June off.
A big track like Drummond, just imagine these guys fly around that track.
That is going to be something to watch. I get a chance to watch these drivers in July when they go to the Super Dirt Car Series race with us at Drummond. Terry Ladouceur, the homecoming for him in this class, not what he wanted. He was in the top 10, and something obviously gone away on that car. So
it makes you wonder if those couple of early laps where he went bouncing through 1 and 2 for a couple of hard hops, if it might have had something to do with that.
I'd have to say that you're probably right about that for sure.
Well, we're going to double them up, and we're going to be looking for white. As we check the lineup, everything is good. Again, close everybody up, and it's going to be a dash now. 3 laps will be the distance. Jordan Poirier, the leader, and Bardier right there. Matthew Bardier on the outside. This is what he was basically hoping for, as of course with the traffic allowed him to close the gap just a little bit. And it was the last restart where he basically went from about 6th place to 3rd by the end of the front stretch, and he had went around Yannick Poirier on the back stretch to take over 2nd. By that point, Jordan had already put about 4 or 5 car lengths between himself and Matthew Bardier, but if you're Matthew Bardier, this is exactly what you wanted.
Exactly. Don't count Tommy Moore out of this. He's the point leader. He's running in 6th, but got some work to do to try to catch those leaders as we're going green this time.
As they roll through the wired audio zone, Jordan Poirier, the leader, gets on it, and he's going to work it right through 1 and 2. Yannick Poirier down to the bottom. Not enough for Bardier as he takes back over 2nd spot. Yannick Poirier gets right down to the bottom. Jordan Poirier trying to pull away again. Tommy Moreau in 4th. He gets a little hop out of turn number 1, and he's holding on to 4th right now. White on the field. One more time around for Jordan Poirier. Jordan Poirier making it look easy as he goes down the back chute. He's got Matthew Bardier with him, but it's not going to be enough as Jordan Poirier is going to take the win here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway with that 28. Matthew Bardier will finish 2nd. Yannick Poirier will round out the top 3, and as you mentioned, points leader, the 22 of Tommy Moreau, inside the top 5, Timmy, so he'll pick up 4th place points.
And the interesting part about that, Jordan Poirier finished 4th in the season opener at Drummond. Tommy Moreau won that event. They basically flip-flop positions, so they could be pretty much a dead heat atop the point standings right now. So I know it's early, but hey, points are points, and that's all that matters.
Well, it's basically every time we see Jordan come here, it's the Jordan Poirier show, whether he's in a Lightning sprint or in a 360 sprint. And it'll be interesting to see him again next week. Hopefully makes the trip with the ESS.
Yep.
And again, this young man is definitely going places.
He really is, and he'll be a hot hand at Drummond on June the 1st. Of course, a 3-race stint with Mohawk on the 7th, Plattsburgh on the 8th, and right back to Cornwall on June 9th. Martin Belanger is down trackside with a very happy Jordan Poirier.
Thanks, Tim. Yes, Jordan currently removing all his protective gear. He'll be out of the car in a few seconds. Getting congratulations from Pierre-Yves Joyal, the president of the Mini Sprints Association. And he's out of the car. He can't hear you. He's going up on the wing, the 28 of Jordan Poirier. Jordan, toute une performance ce soir. Une piste un peu plus capricieuse qu'à l'habitude. Ici, là, avec toute la pluie qui a tombé, on l'a travaillé durant l'intermission. Ça vous a donné quand même une bonne surface de travail. Piste extrêmement rapide ce soir.
Ouais, en premier lieu, je dois remercier Raymond d'avoir changé la track pour nous autres. C'était vraiment trop rough, mais avec la pluie qu'il avait reçue hier puis ce matin, c'est normal d'avoir ces conditions-là. Il a pris le temps de la refaire au complet, fait que je dois élever mon chapeau parce qu'on avait une très belle track pour la finale. Vois-tu, au premier restart, quand j'ai réussi à prendre une groove au large, ça a évité un petit peu plus de trous. Fait que c'est là que je vais essayer d'aligner ma course après ça puis naviguer à travers des lap cars.
Parce que là, tu avais ton père, Yannick, qui était à tes trousses. Tu avais également Mathieu Bardier, là, qui s'en venait très rapide également. Les retardateurs vous ont donné un peu de fil, t'ont donné surtout un petit peu de fil à retordre. Là. Je pense que tu étais content de voir la neutralisation au 22e tour.
Non, je voulais pas avoir un jaune. Ma chaîne commençait à sauter un peu. Fait que là, je pensais que je naviguais assez bien dans les lap cars. Je trouvais que c'était quelqu'un assez courageux pour aller au large de moi ou en dedans de moi. Fait que j'étais assez confiant. Quand j'ai vu le jaune, là, je me disais un restart, ça peut être difficile. Vois-tu, ça s'est juste bien aligné pour nous autres.
En félicitations pour ta victoire, puis on va te souhaiter, je sais pas si tu es ici la semaine prochaine avec les Empire Super Sprint?
Ouais, c'est une bonne étude pour la semaine prochaine. On espère faire aussi bien la semaine prochaine.
En félicitations pour ta victoire, puis on va t'en souhaiter d'autres cette saison. Big round of applause for Jordan Poirier. I'll translate after. I'll go speak to Mathieu Bardier and Yannick Poirier. Mathieu, belle deuxième place ce soir. Voiture là, semblait très bon état, là, excellente voiture, puis très rapide. Je sais que tu voulais avoir la victoire, mais je pense, somme toute, très satisfait de la deuxième place.
Bon, on est très satisfait. On est parti 11e, on n'avait pas d'attente. On souhaitait que la track s'aille collante, qu'il y ait 2-3 chemins. C'était le cas. C'était rough un peu, c'est dur ses bras. J'étais content au jaune au 22e tour. J'étais brûlé, bien raide. Mais non, on est bien content. La semaine passée, ça a mal parti à Drummond. Un petit bris mécanique qui a causé qu'on a viré sur le côté, puis on n'a pas terminé la course. Fait qu'on reprend ça en force. Le deuxième programme, ça fait du bien. J'aimerais remercier Guy qui a travaillé fort cette semaine, justement, à remettre l'auto en marche, puis ça a porté fruit aujourd'hui.
Félicitations pour ta deuxième place, puis on va te souhaiter des bons résultats cette année.
Merci, Martin.
The second place, Mathieu Bardier. Now I'll speak to the third place. Je vais parler à la troisième place, Yannick Poirier. Yannick, ton fils, Jordan, toujours extrêmement rapide ici, toi aussi. Là, on se parle souvent. Puis là, on avait un autre jeune loup qui avait faim, Mathieu Bardier, qui est venu jouer entre père et fils, mais somme toute, doit être quand même satisfait de la troisième place.
Oui, non, je suis content de ma troisième position. J'ai eu de la misère avec mon restart. J'ai fait une petite erreur, j'ai frappé le trou. Jordan a profité pour passer. La même chose avec Mathieu. Non, je suis vraiment satisfait de ma troisième position.
Félicitations pour ta troisième, puis on va te souhaiter bonne chance pour le reste de la saison. Your third place finisher here at Cornwall, Yannick Poirier. So guys, I'll just translate a little bit as we go on the podium. So we have Jordan Poirier that was really happy to win tonight. He says that the track was rough, but he's thanking all the crew to be able to fix it. The track had multiple groove and it was really quick. Mathieu Bardier was happy he started 11th, so he was pretty happy to finish in the second spot. He said that he was happy to see the yellow on the 22nd laps. His arms were hurting a little bit because the track was a little bit rough in the corners. And in the third place, Yannick Poirier was also pretty happy to finish third. So your top three tonight, Jordan Poirier, Mathieu Bardier, and Yannick Poirier. These guys will be back on June 16th again. So a big round of applause for the top three here tonight.
So there you have it, the Lightning Sprints in the books. They'll be back with us 2 more times in 2019, June 9th, and checking out the rest of their schedule. We mentioned their schedule coming up through the rest of the year. I had it in front of me right here. There we go.
Closed the wrong window.
I closed the wrong window. That's what happened. Why did I do that? They're at Autodrome Drummond to kick off June on June 1st, and in Mohawk on June 7th, Plattsburgh June 8th, Cornwall right here June the 9th. Of course, their final appearance here will be in August 25th. But the month of June is pretty busy. After the 9th here, they go to 21st of June in Granby, RPM on June 24th, and then at Autodrome St. Guillaume on June 30th, and then they'll kick it off there as well on July 14th. So that's the next batch of races for the Lightning Sprints, and of course this is the first race in the 417 bus line series, which also is including Mohawk International Raceway, Plattsburgh, and right here in Cornwall. So 5 races in total.
Well, Jordan Poirier put himself in the driver's seat early on in that series. And we are set to roll out the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock feature. 25 laps will be the distance. It'll be the 8 of Mark Lalone going off the pole. The 6 of Stéphane Lebrun, last week's feature winner on the outside pole. Last year's defending track champion in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division, the 88 of Stevie Beauchamp. Then the 4 of Rock Obey on the outside of that second row. Dave the Bulldog Bissonnette. The 47 on the inside of row number 3. 57K. Kevin Federley on the outside of that third row. Mike Blais in the 41 inside of row number 4. Dave Sege in the 11A on the outside. And rounding out the field in the back row, the 9 of Eric Jean-Louis and the 28 of Burton Ward. 25 laps is the distance for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock feature. And everyone bunches up. We're looking for a nice clean start in the wired audio zone as they come out of turn number 4. Lalone and Lebrun as they bring it down the front chute. Mark Lalone into the early lead. He's got Stéphane Lebrun on the outside. Rock Obey in the number 4 car on the outside. C.D. Beauchamp down to the inside with the 88. Top 4 cars put a blanket over them. They are moving as Stéphane Lebrun, last week's feature winner, back out into the lead. He's got Rock Obey in tow. He's going to dive down to the bottom. He's going to try to find something down there. Lalone drifts back 2 spots, finds himself in third. Now he's battling with C.D. Beauchamp for that third spot. Beauchamp, defending track champion here at Cornwall Motor Speedway in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock, goes to the outside, gets a little bump from Lalone as he goes up the track. Now he's battling with the Bulldog. Dave the Bulldog Bissonnette, multiple-time track champion here in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock. Stéphane Lebrun. 2 years ago, he won it. Rock Obey wants to get his name on the trophy as he goes down to the inside with that number 4 Husqvarna machine. Tucks right in behind Stéphane Lebrun, and they are putting down the laps quickly. 4 laps in, 21 to go. Rock Obey again turns a nice corner in 1 and 2. They're going to drag race it down the backstretch as they go through 3 and 4. Stéphane Lebrun back into the lead as he goes through the middle and getting a little out of shape and going too low was C.D. Beauchamp. And that's going to bring out the caution. A little bit of contact between Beauchamp and Sege coming into turn number 3. And Beauchamp seems to be all right, testing the car out. He'll join the back of the field. Out, and we get it on the one-way. The 11A of Dave Sege are going to be bumped back 2 spots for a little bit of rough riding. So C.D. Beauchamp goes to the back. Sege drops back 2 spots for some rough riding out there. So Stéphane Lebrun is your leader with 5 laps in. It'll be 20 to go. And C.D. Beauchamp will take that number 88 machine pit side, have a quick look over. Now the 4 of Rock Obey in second spot. Mark Lalone dropping back 2 spots from where he started. Now finds himself alone in third. And he's got Dave Bissonnette outside him in the 47. No, Timmy, we've only had one race, but we're looking at the points, and so far, Stefan Lebrun, of course, last week's feature winner, leading the way with 65. Dave Sege in second with 60. Rocco Bay in third with 59. C.D. Beauchamp finds himself in fourth with 54. And the top 5 at 52 is the 8 of Mark Lalone, as we see C.D. Beauchamp rejoin the back of the field. White will come out onto the field this time around. Pace truck will hide and go off into the pits as we're going to set him around one more time, looking for a nice clean start. Coming out of turn number 4 in the wired audio zone. Rock Obey pulls ahead. Just a little bit of Stefan Lebrun saying, come on, let's get this thing going. 5 laps in the books, 20 to go here in this Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock feature. These two guys, no strangers to each other, Stefan Lebrun and Rock Obey. Lead them through into the wired audio zone, and we are back to green. And they're going to drag race it down the front stretch. Rock Obey to the outside. He found something up high, and he's going to pull it into the lead down the back chute. Stefan Lebrun right there hanging on a second. Here comes Mark Lalone again on the outside. He moves up to that top groove. He saw Rock Obey go around the outside. He's going to try to do the same thing. Closes a little bit on Stefan Lebrun. He got a little out of shape going through 1 and 2. And the Bulldog right there in 4th. Picks up his battle with Mike Blais. Mike Blais in the Home Hardware number 41 car. Finds himself inside the top 5. Rock Obey puts it on cruise control. Starts to pull away from the rest of the field. Now Rock Obey. Almost a full backstretch lead over the 6 of Stefan Lebrun. Rock Obey nice and smooth down the front stretch. The battle right now is for 3rd between Dave the Bulldog Bissonnette and Mark Lalone in the 8. Lalone pushes up the track just a little bit. Bulldog follows suit. Here comes Mike Blais. He's back in 5th. He wants to go a little further and get up at least into 4th place. So he goes down to the inside of Dave the Bulldog Bissonnette. Now Rock Obey continues to lead as he brings it through turn number 4 down past the flag stand this time. We're going to be at lap 11. Stefan Lebrun trying to reel in the 4 of Rock Obey. As we come to lap number 12, Rock Obey still in the lead and stretching out that lead. Stefan Lebrun trying to close the gap and trying to fight off the rest of the field behind him. As they bring it around this time, Rock Obey being shown the halfway point. 13 in, 12 to go.
13 down, 12 more to go. It has been Rock Obey dominant here tonight as they hustle down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Great battle going on for the number 3 spot between the 8 of Mark Lalone, the 47 of Dave Bissonnette, as they dice it up for position off the turn and down to the line. Bulldog right there on the left rear quarter panel of the number 8 of Lalone as they hustle down the back chute. Lalone in command so far as Bissonnette drives it in deep on the bottom lane, but the 8 of Lalone keeps it wound up on that high side as they head into 1 and 2 once again. But Rock Obey, clearly the class of the field here tonight, bringing it into turns 3 and 4, a healthy advantage over the rest of the field as they come down to the stripe. No change really amongst the top 4 drivers as the Bulldog and Mark Lalone dice it up as some sparks showing between the two of them. Bissonnette takes away position number 3, and he's looking to go after Lebrun for the 2 spot as they head up off the turn and down to the line, this time by 18 in the book, 7 to go. This spot currently belongs to David Sagan. Despite that penalty earlier on after contact with C.D. Beauchamp, he has made his way back up in the top 5, and Mark Lalone and Dave Bissonnette are having a war for 3rd right now. Lalone gave Bissonnette a shot in the backside coming into turn number 3. Didn't phase the Bulldog one bit. He drives away down the back stretch into turn number 3. Closing in on Stefan Lebrun for 2nd as they make their way down the front straightaway. Good 3-car battle here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 5th right now is the 11 of David Sagan. C.D. Beauchamp is 6th. Eric Jean-Louis 7th. Burton Ward is 8th. And right now, Rock Obey, something's going around with that motor, and he has slowed it to a stop. in turn number 2. We heard it when he came by. It did not sound healthy whatsoever. Yellow lights are on, and this is not a good thing for Rockall Bank. And Eric Jean-Louis and the 88 of C.D. Beauchamp not playing very nice with one another at the moment. But that's what happens.
Well, Tim, we know it's going to be a long, hot summer when the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock are already looking for every point they can get on the second night.
Yes, that is true. And the the fun has just begun, as they say.
We're not even into the hot, steamy nights of August yet. Uh-oh, we got someone pulling out a line here. The 8 of Mark Lalone.
And Mark Lalone, he slowed there coming into turn number 1.
Might not have been able to get it into second gear, and now I think he's...
And Mark Lalone does have a flat tire.
Oh.
So we didn't anticipate that one happening. So Mark Lalone, one of the early race contenders, is gone down. So we'll see if he can make it back out to get that tire change. Of course, his crew is his shop class students.
Wonderful program that Mark Lalone started a number of years ago, where students at a school, if they keep their attendance up, their grades up, they are invited to work on the car and be a crew member. And a couple of years ago, he was given a very prestigious award at from the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And again, Mark is one of those guys that he's always got his hand out to shake your hand, and he's always got a couple of kind words for you. But that night, he had nothing to say. He was that humble. He had
exactly, and you know, he's been a religious follower of the Dirt Car Pro Stock Series as well. He was at the World Short Track Championships at the Charlotte Motor Speedway last October, and they have an award given out to the every division, all 9 divisions that race there. Well, it's called the Sportsmanship Award, basically, is what it is. And the 35 or 40 plus pro stock drivers that showed up, the award went to Mark Lalone. Pretty impressive. He was in tears when he got that award in front of over 300 different drivers there. Green lights are on, and things are getting physical at the front now. C.D. Beauchamp charges through, gets into Bulldog, and Dave Sagan takes the opportunity. He'll go to second. Stefan Lebrun still has the lead. Michael Blay gets into CD. So does Eric Jean-Louis. Here comes Dave Bissonette. He's after CD now into turn number 1, and he's right there on the back doorstep. But here comes David Sagan into turn number 3. Sagan's going to try to pull it off here if he can. Down to the line they go. 22 in the books, 3 to go. And Lebrun has the lead, but David Sagan right there to challenge him into turns 1 and 2, down the back stretch. Sagan on the back bumper. Stefan Lebrun looking to go back-to-back here in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock. 2 to go for Lebrun. David Sagan right there on the bottom lane. He likes that inside lane, but Lebrun has a little better look off the outside portion of the racetrack. Able to hold the lead as they head into 3 and 4. White flag being displayed. David Sagan can see the leader. Caution is out. And Dave Bissonette slows on the back stretch. Caution waves with 1 lap to go. Oh boy.
All the right rear on Dave Bissonette car going down, and did a heck of a job hanging on to that car for 2 laps with a right rear flat. And if anyone's driven any kind of car with a flat tire, they know how hard it is to hang on to it, let alone try to go as fast as you can around an oval.
Yes, exactly. And Kevin Federley Jr., a few laps down to the leaders, so he will fall in behind Mark Lalone on this restart. David Seguin hasn't won too many Pro Stock races in his career, just a couple of them. And he was a multi-time feature winner in the mini stocks here, and he was a championship contender for a number of years and made the jump.
We had an opportunity to interview him last year. He won a feature, and he said he would love to work his way back in there again this summer.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice to see him and good friend Justin DeRosier parked right next to one another every week, and they were former combatants in the Pro Stock ranks until Justin moved on to the Sportsman division.
And the mini stock as well, when they both first started out.
Exactly. So they know each other well, and Justin giving some obvious good advice here as the Cornwall Speedway pace truck heads to the safe haven of the pits. Green, white checker to finish this one. Stefan Lebrun has the lead. Green back out. And a 1 and 2. Lebrun down on the bottom, as is David Seguin. Now C.D. Beauchamp looking to pull up there to the back decklet, as well as Dave Bissonette. Charges back out on the racetrack. Checkered flag in the air, and Stefan Lebrun will get the victory. David Seguin, C.D. Beauchamp. Burton Ward comes up for 4th, and Mark Lalone will complete your top 5. And Stefan Lebrun, Dave Seguin, 1 and 2. That's how they finished tonight. That's how they finished last week. So great run there. Full finishing order. It is Stefan Lebrun the winner. David Seguin, C.D. Beauchamp, Burton Ward, and Mark Lalone the top 5. Eric Jean-Louis, Dave Bissonette, Rock Obank, Kevin Federley Jr., Michael Blay, your top 10. Jenna Ivansky from the Cooperators making her way down trackside with a nice-looking trophy for Stefan Lebrun. Undefeated, 2 for 2. Not a bad way to start the season.
Well, the third Avansky to make their way down there. We've had Jewel and Jaden already. Now Jenna's down there.
And, oh, by the way, last week it was career win number 50 for Lebrun. That makes it career win number 51 in the Pro Stocks and Dirt Car Racing. So he keeps adding to the win total, and Martin Belanger down to talk to him once again.
They wanted to get a picture.
Thanks, Tim.
They are very soft.
Stefan Lebrun, we did chat before the races, and he told me he wanted to see me again tonight, and that this is what happens. So win number 51 in his career for the Pro Stocks. As Tim was mentioning, he got win number 50 last week. 2 in a row. First driver to become multiple winners here in 2019. Removing all the protective gear, and he's out of the car. The number 6 of Stefan Lebrun. On s'est parlé avant les courses, Stéphane, c'est ce que tu me disais.
Pas mal plus beau.
Oui, je suis pas mal plus beau dans le noir.
Oui.
Mais non, sérieusement, ça a été encore une course. Aubin était très rapide en avant de toi. Malheureusement pour lui, ça a brisé. Mais toi, la voiture semble aller super bien. Puis on a été chercher cette victoire-là. Les gars sont très affamés en début de saison jusqu'ici.
Oui, la track était rough. Rock était très vite. S'il n'aurait pas cassé, je pense pas que j'étais là. On avait une bonne auto. On a changé le setup 20 tours de la fin. On a bien fait. On s'avait mis pour le sec, mais pas sec pantoute. Mais bien heureux. Je remercie encore toute ma gang qui est là. On travaille tellement fort. Puis un gros merci. Puis le trophée, moi le dédié à mon chum Jean-Pierre qui me regarde ici, là, qui dit qu'il a jamais eu de trophée. On va lui donner.
All right, donc félicitations. On va faire tirer 50-50. We'll draw the 50-50 for tonight.
Moi, je prends l'enveloppe.
$736, $736 for tonight. Beach ticket 1665. Beach ticket 1665. We'll draw a second one for the 50-50 to win the bottle of liquor. Pink ticket 4650. 4650. 4650 pour la bouteille d'alcool. Donc, pour aller chercher vos prix au kiosque d'information, you can go and pick up your prizes at the information booth.
Ferme celui-là. J'ai mis le micro d'ambiance, là. C'est correct? Sinon, j'entends le boucher dans mes oreilles, je reste longtemps allumé.
Chris Raby back to third. Corey Wheeler, Mark Terrian still in the top 5 as they head off of corner number 2. And Whitaker with a problem on the backstretch. Whitaker slows it to a crawling pace, and Brian McDonald has a straightaway advantage. Bobbles have been in corners 1 and 2. We'll see what happens. Can the car hold together? That's the next question. 2 white flag in the air for Brian McDonald. Trying to hold on and win his first feature event here at Cornwall in a long time. As they head into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air, and the pride of Cornwall, Brian Slim McDonald, is a feature winner at Cornwall. Second will go to Raby. Third to the 47 of Corey Wheeler. Mark Terrian comes home fourth, and Kyle Dingwall survives and finishes in position number 5. Attrition was the deal in this race, Huey, and that's what got Brian McDonald to victory lane. Whitaker, what a tough break that was.
Oh, definitely, and Luke Whitaker had the car. He was closing on Brian McDonald. He seemed to be the only car that could, and something let him go in the car pulling off and getting far enough off the track to allow them to continue to run. And it'll be interesting to talk to Brian later tonight after Martin talks to him, because I had a chance to talk with Corey Wheeler during the intermission when I was bringing the lineups down into the pits, and he was walking a little gingerly. He took a couple of big hops there early on, and Brian, not one of our younger competitors here in the modified division, probably the elder statesman, I guess you could say, in the modified division, and we'll see how the bumpy track was for him this evening. But yeah. I don't think he's feeling too much right now after he's gonna park it, so he'll be pretty happy with that.
That's the deal. That's what Brian McDonald is used to doing, and it has been a long time, and he's gonna burn it down here in the infield. Well,
nothing says happy like donuts.
Absolutely. And Martin Melange is down there somewhere, is in the midst of that crowd, and he'll be down there with our winner.
Crew is pretty happy down here. Her daughter Bailey is smiling. And he's out of the car, the 151 of Brian Slim McDonald. Brian, congratulations. Being able to win this early in the season, I'm pretty sure will relieve a little bit of pressure on your team.
Oh yeah, we had a terrible start. First night out, we flipped the car, and last week we were no good. We struggled again Friday, but this makes it all worth it. All these guys never gave up. We had switch cars after hot laps to this old girl, and I'm glad we did, because it was real good tonight.
Track was pretty heavy with all the rain that the area got over the weekend. Track was really quick. I know you like these conditions as well. I know you like a dry track as well, but these conditions, I know you like that as well.
Yeah, I won a lot of races in this kind of stuff at one time. Now I find it hard. Well, just harder to drive through this stuff, but hey, we'll take them on any condition we can get.
Well, congratulations on your win, and hopefully you'll get more this season. A big round of applause again for the 151 and Brian Slim McDonald. Donc, pour résumer les commentaires de Brian McDonald, on a mentionné la semaine dernière une sortie difficile, on a fait des tonneaux. Là, cette semaine, évidemment, on revient avec la victoire. Il dit oui, ça fait du bien, ça enlève la pression sur le reste de l'équipe, capable d'aller chercher la victoire aussitôt dans la saison. Il remercie évidemment toute son équipe, puis il dit une habitude de rouler dans ce genre de conditions, là, une piste ce soir là, très, très rapide, là, avec beaucoup d'humidité dans la piste. Il dit oui, on a gagné beaucoup de courses dans ce genre de conditions. C'est un petit peu plus difficile à conduire, mais j'apprécie courir dans ça. Donc, Brian McDonald, tout sourire, vainqueur ce soir dans la division modifiée du côté de Cornwall.
Well, that was something that was much needed in the Westbrook construction camp. And the crew and the family and everybody involved with that team, there's a lot of them. That is for sure.
And like all the other crews, the amount of hours and the time that people put in just to make sure that they can put a car on the track on every given night. It's nice to see. Well, here we have two races, 2 winners.
Absolutely. And of course, checking out the Dirt 358 all-time win list, Brian McDonald's in quite the elite category of drivers with 50 or more wins. Just 2 behind one of our own, Stefan LaFrance, picking up his 52nd career Dirt sanctioned 358 modified win. I know he has a few wins at some non-sanctioned facilities as well, but under the wins that have been tracked by Dirt Car, he has now 52 in his resume. 2 behind Stefan LaFrance. And about 7 behind Pierre Dagenet, 4 behind Kerry Tarrance. I mean, listen to the names in this list. Well, hardcore fans would probably recognize some names. Pierre Dagenet, Jeff Hetzler, Lynn Huff, Kerry Tarrance, Mike Rickey, Stefan LaFrance, and there's Slim right there. Mitch Gibbs also with 50 wins. Chris Raby and Steve Bernard just behind them with 49 apiece. So, hey,
Brian's in some very good company.
Incredible names right there.
Now we go a little further up the list, and there was, there was 179 for Danny Johnson, Danny O'Brien 181, Brett Hearn 185, and 239 for Pete Bicknell.
And still going, too.
Mr. Small Block.
And if we look all the way down the list, we'll find Joel Dwaron somewhere.
Somewhere.
Still searching. Buffering.
Does it scroll that low?
Yeah. Oh my, talk about your luck. That is a flat left rear or right rear Hoosier racing tire.
Flat right rear. I bet you can probably hear it going down in the pictures. You hear, what's that hissing sound?
Absolutely.
I was doing an interview down there one time, and we could hear the car.
Yep.
And we could hear the psst. It didn't sound good, so we moved away from the car while we were doing the interview. Yep. And as soon as the interview was done, the gasket blew and the rad was done. All the water was on the victory circle. That's how close. I can't remember who it was. I'll have to go back and try to remember who that was. But that's how close it was.
Yes.
Got the win though.
That's all that matters.
Next level home improvement sportsman division. 30 cars set to go the distance, 25 laps. Jonathan Ferguson goes away off the pole. The 84 of John Mills, outside pole. Gabriel Cyril alone in the 94. Inside of the second row, the 77E of Ryan Stabler, outside that second row. Lonnie Rivers in the R7, inside the third row. The 4, Jason Shipclark. Shane Pecor in the 0. The 88 of Jeffrey LaPalme. Thomas Cook in the 35, the 3 of Adam Rosso on the outside of row number 5. Billy Cook, the M70, inside of row number 6. The 94X of Jesse Hudson on the outside. Zach Arquette in the 14Z on the inside of the 7th row. The 15B of Brianna Lattiser on the outside. Travis Bruno in the 33R. 66X of Jason Bruno. Antoine Perron in the 17. 66, Maurice Paget. Justin Lalancette in the 1. Inside of row number 10 on the outside, the 08 of Chris Ferguson. Christian Smoke in the 9. 33 of Corey Winters on the outside. Justin DeRosier in the 29A. Inside of row number 12 on the outside, the 18 of Bob Ray. Devin Willis in the 21W. Inside of row number 13 on the outside, the 28K of Kurt Kaye. Jason Rose in the 18 JR goes in the inside of row number 14. Outside of him, Scott McGill in the 04. Set to round out the field in the back row. The 45D of Junior Delormier and the 71X of Delbert LeGros. There's our starting lineup, guys. 30 cars for a regular show. We were almost looking at concedes. here on just a regular night at the Cornwall Motor Speedway.
Yeah, just a ho-hum evening, you know. It's one of those things that her promoter said, let's start them all, why not? And boy, a quality field. You got Jonathan Ferguson and John Mills leading this field to green. Last week's winner, Shane Pecor, starts 5th. He won Mohawk Friday night, looking to get his 3rd win in as many starts here recently as Lonnie Rivers.
Had the big win at Super Dirt Car Week as well.
Yes.
Number 7, you came out as we were on the track, not in line.
So, trying to get some more positions lined up. So interesting note there, Lonnie Rivers did not come out. Lonnie Rivers did not come out in his assigned starting position.
7, you did not come out in your assigned starting position. Cars are on the track. Pull to the right, drag your brake, all to the rear, or you're going to the pits for the lead.
So he will have to start towards the tail of the field. Unfortunate for Lonnie.
He will come to white this time. He'll come to white.
Well, when the field pulls out, if you're not in line, then you're not ready to go. That means you go to the tail, and that's basically what he was told on the radio.
That's an unfortunate break, too. Lonnie Rivers, one of the tough customers from the Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway. He won the first regular night show that they had there. Of course, Travis Bruno won the Dirt Car Sportsman Series race they had back in April. So Lonnie Rivers has to go from 30th here. Oh, my.
We're set to go green now, Timmy. They line them up, and we're going to look for a nice clean start in the wired audio zone coming out of turn number 4. It'll be Ferguson and Mills bringing them around. Jonathan Ferguson gets on the loud pedal first, and we are underway. Jonathan Ferguson leads them through 1 and 2, and we've got everybody clean through 1 and 2. Ferguson hanging on to that lead, and here comes Stabler down to the inside. Gets down to the inside of Mills. John Mills drops back 1 spot, comes together into that 3rd spot. And we've got Shane Pecor now picking his way up through the field, now sits in 5th, looks to the inside of Gabriel Sear. Sear a little out of shape there through 1 and 2, slips up the track, and here comes Pecor down to the inside. Jason Shipclark right in tow there with the number 4. He finds himself in the number 6 position. He's got his hands full with Adam Rozo and Thomas Cook. Thomas Cook on the outside with the 35. He's battling with Rozo a little further back in the pack. That's for 7th and 8th as Thomas Cook goes to the outside. Just not enough to pass Rozo as Ferguson and Stabler starting to break away from the rest of the field. Top 2 cars pulling away. Now Jonathan Ferguson in the number 44, out in front, Stabler right behind with the 77E. Ryan Stabler coming into this evening 2nd in the points, just 5 points behind Shane Pecor. Finds himself a couple of cars in front right now. As Pecor has 1 car between himself and Stabler, that's the 84 of Mills. And we've got 1 car going pit side. As Ferguson now closes in on the back of the pack. Got the 45D of Junior Delormier on the backstretch as they come through 3 and 4. Now Stabler just trying to keep Ferguson close as again they start to pull away a little bit more, and we got a couple of cars hooked up. That's Ferguson, and we've got another car looped around coming out of turn number 2. Antoine Perron in the number 17 on the back chute. Coming out of turn number 2. And we had a little bit of contact too with the 08 of Ferguson as they came through turn 1 and 2. And again, one of the cars got into that hole down there, and Ferguson had nowhere to go but into the back of him. That was the 45D of Junior Delormier.
Yes, Junior Delorme, the first driver, 1 lap down. So Jonathan Ferguson, he told me earlier on this evening that plan is for now to compete here full time. They had been running in Mohawk on Friday nights, but their business, Splash Well Drilling, has been very busy as of late, obviously. So their commitments to Mohawk Friday nights has just been too tough to get out of work early enough and get the car ready and get over there to race. So they figured might as well come here and see how it goes on Sundays. So that's the plan. Rockville, of course, Saturdays for sure.
Well, Mohawk's misfortune in losing Ferguson is our gain by gaining another tough competitor.
And I handle all 3 tracks every week, so I see him regardless, so it's all good.
Well, I guess that's good news for the fans, not so much for the other racers. And you got the guys like Shane Pecor, Ryan Stabler, and Justin Lalonset. They're going to be seeing a lot of that orange 44.
They will, for sure, as we're going green. 8 down, 17 to go.
And we are back underway. Ferguson on the inside, Stabler on the outside. Good start for Ryan Stabler all over the place, but here comes Shane Pecor on the outside with the 0. Pecor goes to that middle groove. Now he pushes up the track just a little bit as he got into those bumps in turn number 3. What a great restart for the 77E of Ryan Stabler. Ran a great race last week in the race for the Cure 100, the opening race in that series. And there's that 44 we were talking about as we find ourselves 10 in, 15 to go.
Bringing it down to the line, Ryan Stabler in control of the field by about 3 car lengths. Shane Pecor in a bid for second, and he has got it. He's going down the back stretch trying to chase Ryan Stabler into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Jonathan Ferguson trying to get back after Pecor down the front straightaway. John Mills in a fight with Thomas Cook to pick up position number 4. Cook on the high lane. Here comes Cook down the back straightaway. He's looking at the back bumper of Millsy into turn number 3. Mills on the bottom. Thomas Cook on that high lane goes way around the outside groove as they race wheel to wheel into turn number 1. Gabriel Sear back there in spot number 6. 7th is Jesse Hudson. 8th is Adam Rose on 9th to Jason Shipclark. Jeffrey LaPalme having a fantastic start to the year. Holds on to spot number 10 as he's battling with Zach Arquette for position. Arquette gets it back. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Ryan Stabler doing all he can to run away from Shane Pecor, but Pecor has been strong all year in that 0 machine. And problems for Carl Potvin in the number 14, trying to pick it back up. He may have a flat tire. He is trying to limp it back to pit road, but will stay under the green flag with 15 laps complete. 15 laps are down as Jason Rose, he spins it into the middle portion of the infield out of harm's way, and Carl Potvin not able to get it towards the pit lane, and that will bring out the caution flag with 16 laps on the board. Carl Potvin may have tires looked like they were all up, and when he came by, he may have some sort of suspension issue on the left rear as Jason Rose pulls his machine to the edge of the infield to possibly take it back out or head to the pits. This is not what Ryan Stabler wanted to see in the RSI Industrial. Pump It Up Aesthetics, number 77E.
Definitely not what you wanted to see, and now he's going to look outside, or depending on what lane Stabler decides to go from. He was on the outside when he made that pass on Ferguson, so he might want to go from the outside, but either way, he's going to look to his left or to his right, and he's going to see Shane Pecor.
And that is not someone that you really want to see, especially this late in the game.
Well, there's only 9 laps to go in this one, and we know Pecor can win. He's won the big races. He's won the small ones. He's been a track champion here.
He's done quite a bit in his career, and he's still not even barely 25 yet, so a lot of winning yet to do in that clan.
So 2 local boys going at it on the front row.
So we'll see how this all pans out. Bringing it off the turn. Green lights are back on, and away we go. Stabler holds the lead as they go into 1 and 2. Pecor on that high lane. Stabler right there with him. They're going to drag race down the back chute. Stabler gives them all he can handle as Pecor working that high lane, but there is still some bumps out there that they're trying to navigate through. 17 down, 8 to go. Ryan Stabler trying to hold him at bay as Jonathan Ferguson. Now Thomas Cook pulls by. He's looking to go to 4th around Gabriel Sears. They head into 3 and 4. Ferguson in trouble in turn number 4. Bounces through a bump, gets caught up, and now Thomas Cook reels him in into turn number 1. Gabriel Steer, John Mills, Jesse Hudson, Adam Rosen, and Jason Shipclark trying to move through as well. Off the turn, the battle for the lead rages on here as they head down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Ryan Stabler has it. Can Shane Pecor do anything with him down the back chute? They're coming into 5 to go this time by it. Stabler and Pecor 1 and 2.
Ryan Stabler got a good restart, and he's still got Shane Pecor right there with him. He's got 5 laps to hold it all together, try to pick his way through the bumpy spots on the track, and now we've got another caution. And again, if you're Ryan Stabler, you're thinking, geez, what do I got to do to finish this thing?
Yeah, exactly. How much longer is this race? That's his question right now.
Well, he's definitely hoping for 5 more laps as long as he's the first one that goes across first.
Yeah, that's his plan, and Shane's not going to make it easy on him. Neither is Jonathan Ferguson. Those 2 drivers right there could give him all he can handle coming down the stretch.
Well, the 88 of La Palme gets a push and will rejoin the back of the field. Well, we saw that race that Jeffrey La Palme had in his heat races. He had a very fast car. Just some bad luck going off high in 3 and 4 and stalling the car. And of course, you still got Jonathan Ferguson right there in 3rd spot. Always a strong competitor, and we'll see what kind of start Stabler can get this time. He was able to pull away from Shane on the last restart. I guess Shane got into the holes in turn number 3, and so of course Stabler had a good wobble going through 1 and 2 as well, but was still able to put the power down.
That's true, and these bumps, they upset these cars so much that the drivers basically have to stop the car and then get it going once again to get their, get themselves collected back up. I was talking with Shane on after Friday night's win. He said he hit the cushion so hard at Mohawk, the track was that fast that it literally knocked the filling out of his tooth. So you could just wonder what's happening out here now with all these drivers.
Yeah,
the
shake, rattle, and
a
roll.
lot of money this week.
And we are back underway. Stabler goes right to the outside, and they're going to say that was a little early on the restart. So we're going to line them up again. So White will come back out. We'll send him around one more time. Field will tighten up. Again, if you're Ryan Stabler, 5 laps is an eternity, and Shane Pecor, it's not long enough. Especially when you're racing against a guy like Ryan, who's got a really strong car this evening and has been pointing it right where he needs to. Been coming away with some nice, clean restarts. That's the start we were looking for. Ryan Stabler down the front stretch. They are side by side down the front stretch. Pecor gets up into the bumps and pushes up the track a little bit. And what a move by Sear. Gabriel Sear in the 94 down to the inside. He finds himself in 3rd. Good run as Pecor. And we've got a couple cars and one over on the front stretch. Big contact with Brianna Lattiser as La Palme And a number of cars making their way into the infield.
Heavy hit there. Jesse Hudson is the car that is upside down. Jeffrey LaPalme came in there absolutely nowhere to go. Got into the 15 of Ladiseur. And the main concern is for both of those drivers, especially Jesse Hudson, on his roof there on the front stretch. And they're doing all he can. And he is crawling out underneath that race car. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a big hand, Jesse Hudson. So Hudson, a former Mod Light track champion at Mohawk. Despite his last, I believe this is 4th or 5th year in the sportsman ranks right now, has still yet to go to victory lane. His dad, Ted, does a lot of the wrenching on the car along with Jesse, and he is going to take the mandatory trip into the ambulance. And Brianna Ladiseur is here. Jeffrey LaPalme getting out of his car too. He hit a ton down there. And Brianna Ladiseur, the start to her season, has been not up to her standards whatsoever. There we go. So they're going to try to get Jesse's car back on all 4 wheels. And man, oh man, the man out of Kentville, Ontario. And they get the car back over and the damage.
And Brianna Ladiseur getting her out of her car just to check the front of the car, see what kind of damage she's got. But she collected Jesse Hudson pretty heavily there on the front stretch.
So Brianna's okay. She pulled double duty on Friday night, ran in the Twin Leaf 358 modified division. There's her mom Lisa down there checking on her. And
coming over to tell Mom I'm okay.
Another heavy hit, and can't take too much more. Jesse Hudson is actually walking away in the infield after that barrel roll down the front stretch here.
Guys, if somebody's free there on the 4-wheeler, go check Bob Ray from the back stretch. He's alone there. Maybe walk back to the pits. Maybe need a tow.
And there's Bob Ray reports he is out of his car. That might be him moving over there in between turn 3 and 4 with his helmet in his hand. Bob's car sitting idle over there in the middle, in the entrance of turn number 3.
Well, Timmy, not as bad for the 15B of Brianna Ladiseur. She's pulling away from that crash, but not sure how much damage. We can't see the front of the car from up here, but you can see Jeffrey LaPalme's car in the 88 there, the front end. Tires are pointing in different directions. Not usually a good thing.
Jeffrey, as I mentioned, he ran ran a few races to start the season off. Ran at Can-Am at the regular 30-lap Sportsman opener they had with the Super Dirt Car Series, and also ran at Orange County to start the year off too. Had a great top 5 run going at Middletown, and then caught up in an accident, none of his doing. And now this, graduate of the Pro Stock ranks out of Saint Césaire, Quebec. Not too far away from Drummondville. And Brianna trying to limp that car back to pit road, but taking her a while to get from turn 1 to turn 2. The front end is not exactly cooperating with her there, so they may have to Well, we can talk a little bit, Tim, about the run that third place Gabriel Sear is having. A new look for him, the Visual Vinyl number 94. I know the guys at Visual Vinyl, and they do some great work. They're doing the ground effects on my car. I saw the vinyl wrap they did on a 2017 convertible Camaro. Wow. It was a black car. When it pulled out, it was a beautiful blue. Wrapped the whole car. It took them 2 days. Unbelievable. And I know all the other people there. That there's a number of different companies around that do the vinyl wraps. Man, has it ever changed the look of a vehicle? They do window tinting and all kinds of other things. It's I'm going to get my mirrors blacked out as well. So that it's all kinds of little things like that. But that's not bad. Well, I do know that we were not the only Sunday night track racing. I do know Utica Rome Speedway, they did start their night. I have not heard any other updates otherwise. Billy Dunn, Larry White, and Eric Rudolph won the 358 modified heat events. Other than that, I have not heard anything. They have the Empire Super Sprints there as well. Been a tough season already for Utica Rome with the weather, and they went through this the last 2 or 3 seasons. They've had close to 20 rainouts in the last 2 seasons, including 10 just last year. And I remember that I think it was 3 or 4 in a row at one point. It was just unbelievable. You got a feel for the owners and the promoters and everyone who puts all their work into it, and just unbelievable. And then I think it was 4 in a row at one point that they lost. Well, they started the year off this year with 5 in a row, including a couple off weeks. So in a sense, they haven't raced in 2 months. This would have been their second complete month. But always makes it tough to crown a champion too. Whenever you got so many races in between, it's or so many weeks without races rather in between. Well, we can say this that Utica Rome did get their show in tonight, and Matt Shepard was not there, so it's no big deal. He's racing in Thunder Mountain. Somebody else won other than Matt Shepard. Billy Dunn, defending track champion, got the win tonight over Larry White, Eric Rudolph, Pat Ward. Lance Willix comes home in 5th. According to Mike Mallett, the rest of the top 10, Dave Marcichelli, the Jinja Ninja, Jack Lehner, you'll see him here with the Super Dirt Car Series, Bobby Varon, Billy Whitaker, and Glenn Ford, the top 10. So finally, Utica Rome gets one in. Congratulations to Barb Shea. What a couple of seasons Lance Willix has had as well. He's just steadily been moving up and getting more and more consistent. And I know he was a regular runner here for a while, and when he first started running, it was pretty tough slugging for him. And
He basically he earned his bumps and bruises, that's for sure.
He literally did, and it's literally just him and his wife that do a lot of the wrenching, and his son. They all three of them pitch in, do all the wrenching on the cars, and they go racing anywhere and everywhere.
That reminds me of Chris Jones when it was just him and his dad in the old camper.
Yep.
And they would come over from Mohawk, and they would spend the evening in the Walmart parking lot and just clean up the car, fix it, whatever, get it ready for Sunday night. And
that's the deal.
Eventually making the jump to the sprint cars, and same type of deal, just him and dad in the old camper.
Yeah, they're still kind of at it. They're not as hectic with the schedules anymore, but they're still doing their thing, racing wherever and whenever, and they're doing their shows close to home, like Brighton Speedway.
And did you ever see anybody with a smile on their face more than Chris Jones?
Not at all.
Happy-go-lucky all the time, win or lose, whatever. Always there with a handshake and always a smile on his face. Just loved what he was doing.
Just happened to drive a race car. That's all he cared about.
And the tow that they had to do each and every week just to be here.
And believe it or not, Chris Jones was the first ever sportsman champion here at this facility, 1994.
Wow, that's going back.
Yeah. Won one race en route to the track championship that year.
A lot of guys win championships here like that with one win or no wins.
Yeah. Not to mention any names.
Not to mention any names. But, again, it just shows that you've got to be consistent and you got to put yourself in the top 5 each and every week. And we've seen a couple of times in the modified division where the winner of the track championship didn't win a single feature.
Exactly. And all you got to do is win it by one. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter by how many. Just one.
It only takes 1 point more than the other guy.
Exactly.
Mark's not here, so it's not being rubbed in too much.
Oh, he gets me back anyway.
I know Mark, and yeah, I can just see him getting you back for it.
Yeah, really. Where's my rent money? That's the next thing. That's his way of getting me back.
Here we go. 4 laps will decide it. Next level home improvement feature. 30 cars started. 24 cars remain and 4 laps. Look for a nice clean start coming out of turn number 4 at the wired audio zone. Ryan Stabler with the control car. He decides when they get on it. And now is when they're going to get on it. Ryan Stabler right beside the 0 of Shane Pecor. They go through 1 and 2. Pecor on the top side. Gets a nice clean start. Ryan Stabler hit those bumps through 1 and 2, and that allowed Pecor to go around the outside. Pecor holding on to that lead as they go down the front stretch. Stabler still trying to close the gap. Gabriel Sear slips back 1 spot. The 84 of John Mills right there and up into the number 2 spot, and it's Thomas Cook around the outside. He finds himself in 3rd with 2 laps to go. Pecor trying to hold on to it. Stabler coming back down on the bottom. White on the field one more time around for Shane Pecor. Stabler's trying to close the gap. Got down through those bumps again through 1 and 2. That opens up a gap, and it looks like Pecor's going to hang on to it. And it is the 0 of Shane Pecor taking the victory. Stabler's going to finish 2nd with the 77. It's Thomas Cook up to 3rd. Sear will finish 4th, and John Mills, starting outside pole, will round out the top 5. Next level home improvement sportsman putting on a show this evening, and it was just one too many restarts for the 77E of Ryan Stabler as Pecor able to get the start that he finally wanted, and they had 3 tries at it, so Pecor able to get better each and every time.
Yeah, that's exactly it, and keeps the roll going. 3rd overall win this season, back-to-back here, and Ryan Stabler is going to be tough this season, I guarantee you that. RSI Industrial Ride picked up a win here last year, and he is no slouch behind the wheel. He's going to give Shane all he can handle. He did tonight, so.
Well, 1 and 2 coming in the points this evening. Of course, Shane Pecor winning the big Race for the Cure 100 lapper last week, and Ryan Stabler Yeah, another good finish. 5 points separating them coming into this evening.
Yep.
Shane did win his heat again this evening. Maximum points there for the RSI Industrial heat points, and another maximum points here in the feature. But I tell you, Ryan Stabler sponsors that RSI Industrial, and looks good on him to finish another second place here. And it's going to be tight at the top of the leaderboard.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head it downstairs to Martin Belanger with a happy Shane Picor.
Thank you, Tim. Yes, second win in a row for Shane Picor. Just before we go to him, the 50-50 has not been claimed yet. The number is 1665, 1665. Le billet du 50-50 n'a pas été réclamé encore une fois. Le billet 1665. So if you have the lucky ticket, go at the information booth. He'll be coming out of the car in a few moments. Second win in a row here at Cornwall. Second win over the weekend. Good round of applause for the zero of Shane Picor. Shane, I think you'll have a collection of these by the time of we end the season. So congratulations, Shane. Quite a weekend. You were at Mohawk on Friday. You ran with the GoPro car. Quite a show there, and here tonight. Tough track. You tried a lot on the outside. The final restart really paid off.
Yeah, you know, what a team. We kind of played it by ear all night, see what the track would do, and you know, my dad and the crew gave me a hot rod, and you know, just can't thank all my sponsors enough. Next Level Home Improvement, Beeler Cattle, Hoof Trimming Incorporated, Whistler carburetors off those restarts. Without the carburetor, I don't know if I would have got them, but you know, Fastline Performance, X602, Matchkin Race Bodies, the St. Andrews Service Center, and you know, just a shout out to the GoPro team for letting me wheel their car Friday. We actually applied a little bit of knowledge to this car tonight, and you know, we just keep making our program a little bit better, and what a start to the year.
Stabler was really tough. He's one of the good competitors here again tonight. A good fill of cars, 31 cars here. Quite promising for the rest of the year in your division.
Yeah, you know, I think this new system is really going to work out for Cornwall. People can come in from all over and have a chance to win. So, you know, hats off for Cornwall for doing that. You know, we're not stuck starting 15th every night and having to battle in our way. So, you know, just a shout out to the track crew. You know, they worked a long intermission for the fans. I know that, but the race car drivers needed it, and it turned out a little bit better. But I'm sure they'll work on it this week and get it better.
All right, so congratulations, Shane. I'm pretty sure we'll talk again this season. So the zero of Shane Picor, your sportsman winner. Guys, back up to you as for the closing words.
Thanks a lot, Martin. Great job as always doing the interviews. And wow, Timmy, what a great night of racing, right down to the wire again in the final race. And you know, the Lightning Sprints came into town, put on a great show, and that's what we're going to get each and every week here.
That's the plan, and I'm glad to be a part of it each and every Sunday night. And we're going to have a big show next week. Of course, Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints in town, along with a full program in all 4 divisions. Looking forward to it. And on hand, we will have Propane Levac, I do believe.
Propane Levac will be in town next week for us. And a big thank you again to the cooperators for sponsoring it this evening. And Vanessa and Mark Monterey were the last 2 trophy presenters. And a great job from all of our folks at the